Hello and welcome to another edition of Sierra Media Live on YouTube and Facebook, and welcome to the Wednesday edition. We now how do go inside the public today. Well, today now Wednesday, and I just want to make people say today's another day, and we wish you now all a happy Wednesday. Yeah, and I believe say most of what's in you the carry for me today is nothing new. It's just an update on some of the things that already happened within the community in Sierra Leone and with Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora. Well, not saying much. Today is a very interesting day. We know for see so many activities that they happen within Sierra Leone, and the activities and inactivities, then we don't actually create the narrative of voting people and things to say we do as a nation. So, as Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora, we actively involved in some of the things that really happen within Sierra Leone and within the diaspora, and Sierra Leoneans they really know the diaspora. So today is really about updates, and I will be having a surprise guest, but still on the way, they're making way down to the studio, and if he happens to make his way to the studio, I will definitely going to introduce him and make him be part of the program for today. As I say, today is just an update on some of the things that already happened at Salone and some of the things we believe say need for we talk about, because Sierra Leoneans are going through a lot in the diaspora and Sierra Leoneans are going through a lot in Sierra Leone. It's just an update because tomorrow we get another interesting program now, so we'll get one of Sierra Leone's leading opposition parties, PRO representative in the diaspora. We're going to talk to you about some of the issues that really happen within the 6th region of the party structures we then established about a few years ago. So today, like I said, it's about updates, and we'll also talk about some of the things that really happen within Sierra Leone and outside of Sierra Leone. A lot that happened over the past couple of weeks. We thank God say Ramadan done, and since Ramadan done, we get the pleasure for mix and match among each other. I know say some of the people that we been the keep the Ramadan holy, still maintain for continue for keep them holy, and someday we don't change parts, so we don't go back to their normal usual activities, and someday we they in between us to show it whether they want for go or they want for stay. I know see get the one in really left the moon, and we say thank you to them for the hard work for bringing the moon and taking it back. And you get the one that we get debts, we pay the debts them. They God sorry for all. We don't go through this holy month of Ramadan, and they God give you the thing that we pray for. We could become prosperous in everything we will get to self-engaging. But like I say, the diaspora has been very much the focus of most of the things that really happen. We don't see a lot of dramatic stuff that really happen with Sierra Leoneans in America, and some of the things that really don't go through. Some Sierra Leoneans have been arrested by ICE, some have been deported. There is another issue right now going on in Sierra Leone. We have some interesting drama of a Sierra Leonean we then deport with the Sierra Leone right now, and we don't see so many mixed information about some of the things that really happened to him and why he was deported. Well, the truth is always the truth, and if he himself is talking about some of the incident that we happened with him while in deportation, and the story initially before was not the same, but now the story has changed. But I think he's not somebody that we will celebrate, and he's also not somebody that we should castigate, because everybody gets your opinion about things the way they happen to individuals. Yes, he's been accused of a crime, and maybe he served time. Well, I think yes, he served jail time for that crime that they said he committed, even though he's in denial. And we'll talk about some of the issues that we have he raised concern over. Not to say those issues are legit, but these are commonalities of things that really happen with Sierra Leoneans, but not just Sierra Leoneans, but Africans them, where they travel in the diaspora, where they raise them, picking them in a very different way. As Sierra Leoneans, we know for sure say a lot of the time in Sierra Leone, we they give picking them to people who are free to say capable financially or we influential. And the other disadvantage back again we don't always use forget to picking them. Now the fact say we reduce the age when they're ready for travel for come now Europe in this part of the world. And that has been a very serious issue, especially for girls coming to this part of the world with their age being reduced. The parents are struggling to deal with the fact that their age that they carry is not their legit age, and they know for sure that they are older than what they perceive to be in this part of the world, and it's been a struggle for me to be able to deal with the situation on both sides, both the parents and also the kids. We all see some of the issues that really happen right now with the Gen Zs them, but again, the emphasis they will create on some of we young people and waiting at this part of the world sometimes is not just too fair, and sometimes it is fair, but you get for weigh the balance and see exactly also you go reduce the tension and also you for increase the capacity of making sure that your kids are actually doing the right thing that they're supposed to do within their environments. The reason why I make I feel say this discussion is very important today, because we don't see the consequences of one example, and there are lots of other consequences of people that we don't suffer significant harm in the diaspora based on the fact that some people that are supposed to be 18 and above, when at the legal age in some countries, and some countries not 16, they don't reduce their age down to the limits at which they can be seen as minors, and some of those kids are really not minors because they know for sure that they are not minors. For example, if you get a young child, we don't go up in Salone, we don't pass 18, we sometimes don't mature enough to become an adult in Sierra Leone, and then all of a sudden you have the opportunity to bring that girl to maybe America, London, Europe, or any parts of the world where you want to make it go and start back again from the teenage life where sometimes it go don't pass. Yes, they happen to do that, and maybe since that beginning they go travel as a 15-year-old, as a minor, and this now somebody we don't 18 or 19 in Sierra Leone. So basically, it don't pass the tender age of consent. We're now like a 18 or something, I think 16 or 18, I'm not too sure. So what thing with the experience now, the fact say when these girls came to this part of the world as minors, they are already matured and grown-up girls in Sierra Leone or wherever they're coming from. They struggle to actually adapt with the fact that they've been mixed among kids that are 15-year-old, and their mindset is basically older than those 15-year-old girls that they mix up with in school. For example, maybe they're in the last stages of their secondary school. We call senior school, sometimes we call them year 10, 11, and 12 and 13 in the UK. So basically, if they get to that stage and then realize, say, they are old enough to be matured girls, they possibly want to start to have a relationship, they possibly want to have a boyfriend, or they possibly want to maybe date. If they're a man, then obviously you don't pass the age of 18, we then believe, say, them forget girlfriend now, and then they expect them to behave like teenagers. So that's where the problem comes now. And the problem now comes with the fact that these young adults are actually young adults, but they are representing themselves to be teenagers or youngsters, where then go possibly old 15, and they might be 18-year-old plus, or sometimes some of them don't even 19 and 20. How do you manage the situation as a parent? Find yourself in that position. What do you do? Do you allow that child to be an 18-year-old or somebody who is 19, who is a young adult, than actually portray the fact, say, you don't reduce this beginning age for make you look like a teenager? You expect them to behave like a teenager. You expect them to act like a teenager. You expect them to do things that we normal teenagers then they do. And you turn around and say, "Mama, not control me life, oh, me not to picking." What do you do as a parent? What will be your solution if you find yourself in that situation? I know for say, beaucoup Sierra Leonean parents, they don't find themselves in that situation. Some manage to manage it, and some definitely did not manage to manage it because it was like a disaster. But what we need to find out now is, how do we manage the situation? Because if we manage the situation properly, we don't get these kids to escalate some of the things that they are doing personally, then it might reduce the tension in the household. That's one. But two, if we tend not to manage the situation well, and the situation escalates, then it becomes a major problem. How is it going to become a major problem? Is in two folds. Yeah? Fold one, Now where you realize say you don't get to the stage where you dey see wetin dey happen and then you no able for control am. So what you do now will be, how can I manage the situation? Will the situation be managed properly, or will the situation be managed any other way? So you have to find out about what you really need to do to manage the situation. But I think if you guys can give me maybe like a minute or two, let me just fix something quickly on my phone, and then I will come back to the conversation, which I think is very important. And don't go anywhere, just stay where you are and give me just 2 or less than a minute to get this thing fixed quickly. Like I said earlier on, I will possibly need my producer to come to the studio. If he's there, I can hear him, and if he can just all right guys, just give me 1 second quickly. Let me just make a quick let me just do something quickly on my phone and then see what best I can do to get the situation. Can you blank just give me a sec, and just give me 1 second quickly, and let me see how best I can get this sorted. Yep. Hello, sorry for that break again once more. We are back on live again, and definitely what we're going to be hearing now is to continue with the conversation. So like I said earlier on, we are now in a situation where we have to find a way of dealing with some of this problem. As an 18-year-old coming to the UK, you're an adult, a young adult, and as a young adult, you need to find out about some of the things that you are allowed to do and not allowed to do. As an adult, you have limited amount of restrictions within your household, apart from the respect that your parents are expecting you to be able to give them as parents. But when you get to certain age in life, it becomes a struggle for you to deal with the situation properly. Because if you have a teenager in your household and your teenager is actually not staying home because you think that person is a teenager, not knowing that the person is not actually a teenager, he's an adult, or she's an adult, she's basically over 18, and she came to this country at the age of 15. So basically she has to, or that child needs to act like a teenager for the next 2 years of their stay wherever they are in Europe. How do you manage a situation like that? Because when I listened to the explanation of this guy that was deported from America, he mentioned something about that, to say the girl that he was dating is supposed to be an 18-year-old, even though the girl possibly is too young for him anyway. But maybe I would say she has passed the age of consent in America. And if she's 18 and you expect her to have a boyfriend, were they encouraged by the parents to accept the fact that they are dating? Because that was his own story. I don't know whether that story is true or that story is not true, but we know for sure many family members in this part of the world will bring their kids over to this part of the world and reduce their age to be teenagers. Why? I don't know. Because maybe they have access to be minors, as in they have people who are looking after them. That's why they have the right to come to and live with their families, because they are teenagers. But again, there are disadvantages. So in this man's case, the disadvantage is the fact that he was dating somebody who is supposed to be 18-year-old by real, but at the same time, that same person is 16-year-old in the States, which is not the legal tender age for somebody to go into a relationship, especially with an adult. So it becomes a struggle. Now that things are okay, it's fine. When things become very sour, maybe you have some misunderstanding or some disputes between the family members and the person who is dating your young teenager, supposed to be a 15 or 18-year-old and above, it becomes a problem, because now either the family or the man go take advantage of the situation, or somebody take advantage of the situation. So what happens in that situation? How do you actually fix a problem like that? Will you go to the police and say somebody is abusing your child who is 16? On records, yes, the child is 16. And then will the person say, no, she's not 16, she's 18? So who is going to be the person that will win, or the person that will have a fair judgment in this situation? Except otherwise, because we've seen similar situation in Sierra Leone, where former flag bearer for one of the political parties in Sierra Leone, when Mohamed Kamara Insai was accused of abusing a teenage girl, when we know for sure this girl is not a teenager, this girl is not a child. But guess what? The crime against him, the accusation was based on the fact that he slept with a minor, meaning the girl was 16-year-old or 17 or whatever the age might be, will also be the age of consent in a salon at a particular point in time. He was in prison for a couple of years until given pardon, where he left Salone and go back to the States. But can you imagine in a situation like that, where you know for sure say this Peking house where they keep not too small Peking, you know for sure say this not bigger. And when I saw the picture of that girl, definitely you know this is not a teenager, because you can see that this is a grown-up girl, very grown-up girl. But guess what? That was the crime against her. I mean, that was the crime against him, and he's a notable political figure in Sierra Leone to be accused of such crime. If he was actually abusing a teenager, I totally 110% support the fact that he was arrested and sent to jail. That is not a question mark. But if at all, it is a fabricated story, and we haven't heard any witness from this girl whatsoever for corroborate the story where the prosecution will make against Mohamed Kamara. So this is the element of justice or injustice where we don't see they happen at Salone. We know to this part of the world, but on the other side, when Saudi, it is not injustice, it is justice based on actual documentation where this individual they carry. So if the documentation where this individual they carry is perceived to be a minor, then that person is a minor. So the parents have to tell we otherwise, and if the parents accept a fabrication of that particular minor's official age, it means that minor should not be where she is. It means that minor should not be attaining to certain privileges because it's not a minor. It means that minor should not be in the midst of people who are not supposed to be his or her age. I can clearly say to you, like a couple of years back, maybe going down 20 years, 25 years, 30 years down the line in the UK, I was a guardian for one of my friends. Can you imagine that? I was a guardian. I was his guardian. Why? Because he was in this country as a minor, as a 16-year-old. And he will leave the hostel and come down to where we were living. And if they live with me conveniently, because I'm a big man anyway, so we long go up na Salone. Yes, I'm a small one, but not to be small begin again. He was definitely in his 20s when we came to this country. But he came as a minor, as a 16-year-old. And when you look at a video now 16-year-old, just imagine 30 years ago how this person would look like for Lekki Pass as a 16-year-old. And you don't have 30 years by in age right now, you go know for say he is still young, but definitely he will be in his late 30s now. So these are some of the issues that we'll get for look at and see how best we can be able to mitigate the problem we'll get, because it is not an easy problem for us to deal with as parents in the diaspora. So if we look at the issue there, so and possibly sugarcoat them and possibly ignore the fact that there are consequences related to some of these issues, then we are looking for trouble, not on the side of what the law says, but also on the side of dealing with our kids. Because if you have a rebellious child that doesn't want to listen to you as a parent, and you're telling that child you're a teenager, and then he turns around or she turns around and says to you, "Me just small big, I mean a big man, I mean a big woman, you can't tell me what to do," then you're stuck. You're stuck in a situation that you cannot deal with the situation, because you know for sure the person in the discussion right now is not a teenager, an adult, and the person you possibly look at, a big one. So you struggle for deal with them, because it not get for be easy. But you get for find a solution, we go make them best for all two, for come to a resolution, we go be an amicable one, una go understand each other. Otherwise, disaster is about to unfold. And if disaster unfold, the parent will suffer the consequences, the child will suffer the consequences, and there will be a victim. We go in between these two people. We go possibly one jail time, or maybe may have done something else may have been done to him or her. We're not going to be good at all. So let's be very mindful of how we describe for being good beginning kind of this part of the world, and reduce their age drastically. Yes, I know you want them to be teenagers so you will make things easy for them for being fit into the society, but we also have to be mindful of how much of their age we cut, and make sure so we give them some elements of respect. And when things go sour in regards to a girl child that possibly have a boyfriend in Sierra Leone, so they don't begin to do sexual intercourse for like a year or two and don't get used to it, and then kind of London now or America, and it begin for starve and you want for possibly get a partner, the parents should be able to understand the situation. And if the parents are not able to understand the situation, thinking, I mean, they can't bring him, if you for me, you can't keep him, you have to be mindful of how you are attacking that situation, because otherwise it will arise to something else that you least expected. So that's one thing I would like to say today about some of the issues that we talk about. Again, I mentioned this because of the drama of these incidents where they happen with this Ghana Salone, really all over the internet, all over TikTok and all over social media platforms. Just people are getting their own information here, there, and everywhere. So we get to be careful. It will be very, very mindful of how we deal with the situation there also. All right, so let's move on. And I'm still waiting for my guest. I don't know whether he's here. And if he's here, I would just want to have a blank screen once more so I can get him into the studio and let him take his seat, and we can definitely introduce him to the show. Hello and welcome back. Like I said to you, today has been a very interesting day. We're going back and forth in the studio, and this is the very first time we're having a live studio broadcast like this, where we go off here, we come back on here, we go off here and come back on here. That's the privilege and opportunity we get in this part of the world, because we're able to manage things and make it still work. Like I said to you guys earlier on, I have a surprise guest, and that guest is going to be in the studio, and he is in the studio right now. But before I introduce him, let's just wrap up quickly on what thing Abide on earlier on. We have the time for highlight some of the concerns they will get within our community as Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora, where they bring you picking them come over this part of the world and reduce their age, where they cause some drastic commotion between the parents and the kids. So let's be mindful, because we don't see somebody, we don't suffer the consequences, whether he's guilty or not. That's between him and the person involved, and the family is involved as well. We don't deport go salon when this young man we all man they try for talk about, they talk to the interview. But sometimes we don't really jump into the bandwagon of saying this has happened here and there. We have to monitor the situation and see exactly what has gone wrong for me to be able to know for say this not be the problem we this particular person don't get in a salon, or we don't get in America, and that's not the reason. We also see Mohamed Kamari Mama Insai, we having a flag bearer. We also run jail Sam for something that he was accused of and sent to jail for actually having a relationship with a minor. And we all know for sure say that particular person, the way they accuse him for not a minor. Although now that's the record say, but we yet to see any physical testimony of the girl herself. We make any kind of allegation or accusation say Mohamed Kamarimba actually sexually abused him as a minor. But that is just something that we have to take into consideration. Is food for thought, and let we make sure say when we bring we picking and kind of this part of the world, let we make sure say they get the right age. We need they can get them pain and trouble, or then get other people in trouble with something to go for a victim, either by chance or deliberately or anyhow. But before I go any further, let me make my quick introduction to my guest, and I think he's in the studio now. There's a lot of activities happening right now. And the activities they have right now, I don't know exactly what it is. And so I go introduce my guest. We now Mr. one of Sierra Leone's finest, Ojukutu Macaulay. Welcome to the program.
Yes, T-Boy, Mr. Tamba, me good fambule and boy, glad for now. Like you don't know go put me in a muse after 8 o'clock like that.
Now say you look like
because be after 6 o'clock I don't go about.
Wow.
Pass it is very very important. Otherwise, I mean, does I have nothing to do. After 6 o'clock, what are you gonna do?
Now because you were not for the old age or
no,
just...
I don't feel old at all. I don't feel old at all. Yes, I don't feel old, and I make sure I'm not going to look old. Yeah, it's good to be here. Thank you very much for inviting.
Welcome to coming to the studio for the first time.
Usually on telephone.
What's your take on the studio? I don't think this
is today you insist on me coming to the studio, and I'm impressed. That's fantastic. It's good. It's good.
All right,
you've done a fantastic job.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So tell people a little bit about you. I don't say you come into a conversation where we don't get this time, but let's have a brief, short history
about myself.
About yourself.
Well, I don't mean to say myself and I can't talk about.
Well, talk about yourself small. Then we can before move on to somebody else. We will talk about
what is there to say at this time?
A lot.
Okay.
Tell us what you know about yourself, and for those that are watching that might not know who this great man is.
Well, they all know more. They all know.
All right, so we'll be listening.
Anyway, the name is Winston Ojukutu Macaulay Jr. and I'm a reporter. I've been a reporter, a journalist for well over 38 years, going 40 years now. But right now I'm into consultancy, a new outfit I just set up, still on the planning stages. But prior to that, I work extensively with several media houses, including the BBC, Channel 4. I also been the right for West Africa Magazine, Africa Now, and when the late Abiola started the African Concord magazine here in London, I was part of the team. And then, I'm cut and brief, and then I went back to Sierra Leone. First after Ernest Koroma won the election 2007 briefly, and then came back to London, and I got involved in several other business, property business, and food sale. I've been import wholesale food and all that. The other day, when my last fish consignment came, somebody say, "Wait till me could you call it the selfish?" And I say, "You don't know if you know, you don't go ask that one." But that's the mentality of our people. You understand? You go buy fish to Indian man, you go buy fish to Chinese man. Then where would you say the selfish? You tell for say me name too big for selfish.
For selfish.
Yeah, but if I add up, I go for knock that you don't say 100 point, you don't give me. So yes, I used to that. I just run out of stock, in fact, and then of course. 2010, 2011, I went back to Sierra Leone. I went back thinking I was going for good. Actually.
Okay.
Because this country, the time away don't pass 50. I mean, there isn't much one can do here, really.
True.
Especially our people. I mean, black men, especially men. The women they can still progress. But for black men, the moment you don't pass 50, no matter how good you are, no matter how qualified you are, you'll find that you'll find a lot of. Let me put it this way. The other day at a political program in Westminster, this issue came up about the reform, what is happening in America, Donald Trump, the Iraqi war, the collapse of democracy.
Right.
Because democracy is gradual. You have more men, but we have more autocracy now than democracy. A lot of people don't even know that, And the reason why this is happening is that people think it's immigration. No. What is happening is that a significant number of predominantly white, wealthy men, some of them middle class, but these are all white men, right? White men, and a very few white women, feels threatened about the demographic in the world. Yeah. We have a situation where now you have a lot of powerful black, Asian, likewise the LGBTQ community growing up, and they're becoming very powerful and influential. So if you go back 20 years, the white middle class and white wealthy men were the one dictating and controlling the entire, including Africa. But what is happening now, you have in Africa, for instance, in Burkina Faso, you have people growing up now and realizing that, no, this has to change. So people don't, it is nothing to do with, say, the immigrant Bokuna, immigrant Bokuna. No. The people that, for instance, we get about only five wealthy men control 90% of the media in the world. Yes.
That's serious.
Yes. 5 wealthy men right across, with slight exclusion from Africa, but Europe, Australia, America, it's 5 white male that controls 90% of the media.
So now, basically they control the narrative of what comes in a lot of...
They own virtually Google, X, TikTok, all the platforms are controlled and owned by 5 white men. So that situation now looks threatened.
Okay.
So they're creating all kinds of chaos and blaming immigrants, the war, etc., etc. So for me, back then in 2010, I thought maybe I should go back to Sierra Leone. I did. I went back to Sierra Leone. I started my media thing. I was very happy. I was very comfortable. And then I used to write regularly with Awoko newspaper.
Okay.
And we started the Awoko business. And then I had a column called Letter from Freetown, which I'm sure you know of.
What about it?
And a very, very, very hard, critical column that was challenging and Eskroma and others, you understand me? So SLPP in the person of Jabez Soldiers' Right, IJ Kaba, JJ Safar, there was another guy, Professor, I don't know saying now. They thought that, including of course this lady in the age of democracy, Asma James and others, they thought that I was SLPP because of my uncompromising voice when I write.
Okay.
So they say that we can be mayoral candidates for the SLPP, you know. So it was like, I remember very well when I tell me late mama of blessed memory, I say SLPP say they want make me mayoral candidate. Now you say your papa go kick the grave which I
No, but you see, it's a very good thing that you mentioned this, because again, people think when you oppose certain institutions, you're either not part of that institution, and if you're part of it, you don't have the right to criticize them.
Well, you see, Tamba, it is this present crop of generation. Because when I started my journalism, right, 79, 80, just before OAU, right, with the tablet newspaper, right, I've been the left me host na Wilkinson Road, Ziza Avenue, with 17B Wilkinson Road. Pantap me host na the APC Regional West 3 office, where then day for dozens of years, rent-free, courtesy of my family, right? Every Sunday, the only person who not been sit down day, na be Insai Kuruma. Apart from Insai Kuruma, anybody on APC, they can
so why Insai Kuruma specifically?
Because Abbas Setani, when we can carry go put loco. You understand me? I'm already plotting put loco. It can drive, pass, and stop. Then pass, check another go engage. The boy not sit down. If it go stop, it go then go engage.
They take off.
It don't take off back, you know. And most times it go to come up with loco that day on a Sunday. You understand me? So at the left news, and they gonna tablet newspaper. Tablet newspaper, as you know, was the only opposition voice to Shaka Stevens for many years, which led to, of course, the being blasted out of existence in 1982. So we've been criticized Shaka Stevens. You understand me? So it's not a new thing to me for write and criticize the APC. So they want the way the APC now we feel say for criticize APC, you know that they don't even know some of the background and whatnot to the APC. It's the same thing even with Sam Metsiga of blessed memory.
Right.
And I was so pleased that when I was offered the position to edit the Wuyo newspaper, I not even hesitate for take one bit. I just went straight ahead with it. Because Sam Metsiga, when Sam Metsiga been there as editor of the Wuyo newspaper for many years, minister they go to bed and the afraid say by the next morning when Sam Metsiga they write, Sam Metsiga they write will Shaka Stevens go sack them.
So that's how threatened the Fed by
and him. That was the Wuyo newspaper owned by APC. Owned by APC.
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't know side people in come out now way for say not for criticize APC, not for challenge APC. You understand me? So anyway.
I don't say we conversation today.
No, it's all right.
You're not gonna based on one specific.
So I went on to anyway. We come to this mayor business. That was the only time I've been in the room like I'm with Madabio. So they press me. IJ Kabato this day if we talk, he said get me a shobi. What do I mean by for me?
For make you can
for me candidate of mayor of SLPP. So we sit down na cafe.
What year was this?
2011 for 2012.
Oh, okay. Yes. That's not too far.
No. So we sit down, we discuss, we talk, me the right at the camp. Christo Johnson of blessed memory they tell and Clarence or Macaulay of blessed memory tell us, but this man not to SLPP. Jebes was just right, they were insisting, say, but look what the man they right, we criticize at this Koba. So this man not to APC either. But they tell us, I'm not interested. The next thing I knew, Jebes say, Carlo go introduce you to mother. So they took me up to the SLPP office, in a room, in Mother Sido with Jublel, you know. And then Jebes begin talk to Mother about me, say this and that. Before that, I be don't embarrass Mother when he overthrow Strasser.
Okay.
When his sister Agnes Jallo bin come, he go ahead and keep say hotel where they say peace before election. So that was this. So that was my second encounter. But he ever tell me in this one room. So now Jebes not done for talk. Now Joe Blair say, he said, hey, Ojuku to Macaulay, he said this not to SLPPO. He said this in Fabula, not to SLPPO. He said about APC. He said that because they right. He said a journalist, they make it right. He said but not to SLPP.
So the journalists still have that sort of same respects way like the thing they wanna be they do the kind of thing they do the same thing?
No. Now you get what you have a situation where journalists for APC, they write for APC, not they criticize APC. Journalists for SLPP, they write, not they criticize SLPP. So no, it's not like a year where you go read the Daily Telegraph which is a conservative, which is the Bible of the Conservative Party, you go find that they criticize the Conservative Party, or the Guardian, which is like the Bible of the Labour Party. You go find journalists they write and criticize the Labour Party. No, the journalists don't do that in Sierra Leone anymore. Wow. They're all there on this label business. Yeah. So 2010, after that incident, about 2 days after that, I said, "Oh, me na personal, me na net person, right? Like for instance, last night I did till about 1:30 to go 2 in the morning.
Now you call late person? Yes. Me late person like around 4:30 to 5.
No, you get for sleep small. I don't want small. I get for sleep small. So about 2 o'clock, 2 days after that incident, I sit down 2 o'clock. I just wrap up that net day safe. Now my phone ring. When my phone ring, the number not show. You know, withheld number. You understand me? So the person call. The person say, "Winston." You know, I not pick up the voice straight away. And as they call me 2 o'clock in the morning with withheld number. Now the person say, exactly as I text. Now the person say, "Hey boy, you don't recognize your friend in voice again?" Now pick her up. Now I say, "Mr. President." I say, "Good morning." I say, "Why you not sleep?" He said, "Well, I'm in work." This was an S. You understand me? He say, they will make you mayoral candidate. You understand me? I say, yes. So I said, Jebes, because you and Jebes are very close, and it's Kuruma and Jebes. I said that your friend Jebes, now I can go SLPP, but Joe Blair tell us similar to SLPP, so the case don't close. Now he must come to the State House in the morning. Okay. I said, all right. That was the greatest mistake I make in my life.
Why?
Because I went to State House the morning, and the next thing I knew, he sent me to the APC office. He make me tell and say, myself na mayoral candidate for APC. And then the thing what I made.
You do it. And why was it the biggest mistake in your life?
Because it cost me a lot.
Okay.
It cost me a lot. The mayoral candidate, the election alone, what my bank statement, I still have it because I keep it from a book. 75 million. That at 2012.
2012.
That's a serious money.
Yeah.
That no mix pane. Yes. You understand me? So you can imagine that.
I know say today we talk specifically on this particular issue.
Yes.
Will they come back today?
Yes.
Now you meet me the end up for discussion based on the fact that people in the bringing and picking and candidates part of the world. You can drop your mic down a little bit.
Okay.
While people in the see face. Yeah. Because
okay.
you know one of no, you can tell somebody other way. That's it. Because what they see in our communities in Sierra Leone and out of Sierra Leone diaspora, now we picking they bring them picking come over to Europe, reduce their age and make them look like teenagers, and then they fall into the wrong hands. Sometimes they are old enough to have a relationship, but they struggle with the parental side of things, and the parent they struggle with the picking. What would be your advice in that particular area of dealing with a situation like that?
You know, I forget the gentleman in name. We've been the head the government office with the issue ID card Mama Salone. 20 after Ebola. He been there Walpole Street, me de Lamina Sanko Street. So on 1 or 2 occasions we can hang heads, or if he can give me advertisements, I can go there, go collect them. You know, he can call me, say no send invoice. You because there were a lot of people who just admire, elect me because of my uncompromising voice and the way they write. So I remember very well one day we sit on the bus, and then this same issue come up. Now he say to me, he say Ojukutu, he say some of my colleagues they will not know say Adeya, we will all go from a college. He say where they can come, they can send for apply for the ID card. Them. He say we can see some of the age.
Then they use her. Wow.
Yes. So this is not to today it don't begin.
Yeah.
You understand me? Mm-hmm. And as I talk to you, so now not to just picking them. I know of people, especially women, we reduce their age with their career. Now they cannot retire.
Because they don't get the retirement age.
They don't pass, in fact.
But on official documents in the UK, they can't retire.
Yes. So that the same thing with the picking away where the factory
Right.
now. All of this, the camp for bites people now. Me when she also now, I could easily pass for 50.
Yeah, true.
You know.
True.
But funny enough, one day cross me mind say at that time when make England for change me age and make say let's put 10 years down for say our old young
But was it your decision, or was it the decision of your parents, or was yourself making that decision? If you were coming to this part of the world and you choose to reduce your age,
maybe if I say this, some people will feel offended. But I mean that creole. Then the cost you mind say for go lower your age.
yeah.
You know. In fact, you won't maintain your age for out of dignity,
Yeah.
and because you are basically denying your
reality of who you are.
Of who you are.
Yeah.
You understand? And so it's really unfortunate because the same thing happened in America. You know, and then there was a time when, if you remember, when FIFA be review age issue,
Yep.
it affected a lot of Africans that only playing at you. I don't know what that situation is now.
It's still the same because now they do MRI scan for check your actual age. So similar situation happened with we get a young team where they put Nasalo right now we play against where supposed to be under 13. You have a body we don't go play in a division 2. We can forget play for the under 15. Come on. But what again it happened with Leonsters playing with the tournament we then go play in Liberia. Mauritania actually had the youngest amount of under 16 that we play. Babies, you can tell these boys are babies. One game man and play. Sierra Leone beat them about 7 or 8 something. They walked out of the tournament because they want to preserve the nature of the young body.
Of course.
They can't play with adults. And I don't know whether that's true. They say the Salone captain will win the highest goal score for that particular game. They celebrating in winning and say thank you to him referee just born for her.
So not under 15.
I don't know. Well, that's what they say. But that's the risk. Where would it take? So that's why we on football get to struggle small because we still use player than we over age.
So what is the situation with this possible education at the dome?
Well, it's a case that happened in America.
Okay.
They deported the guy from America, a Mama Salone, but in first story was complicated. Now like
the one where say not their family now.
That's the one.
Okay.
So in story don't begin coming out from the fact say not their family to the fact say yes, he had committed a crime in America, he was jailed and then he served the jail time and then he was deported to Sierra Leone. But when I listen to some of his interviews, I've listened to many interviews that we don't take and few audios that we don't make, self audios. And he mentioned something of dating this girl who was supposed to be 18. But the guy is fairly old. I will not say yes, you have the right to do it because the girl.
So the girl old 18, but the law in that paper the girl old 16.
That's his story. So what they say, the girl old 18 because that's what you tell her. And then the picking on paper old 16. So when he got missing, according to him, they actually came to his house to look for the girl and was arrested to say he's hiding the minor.
Pedophile. A minor.
Talk to the picking at 18, all the parents are not able to corroborate the story. So he run the jail some. And then I did Salone. So the problem now with the face of Salone, some people are castigating him, some people are defending him. So there is a mixture of defense and accusation and prosecution against him. But he seems like a very calm guy. We don't take all this.
Don't take it on. Yeah.
What he did is not true. I mean, it's not good if actually he did it. But at the same time, as parents, let's look at the consequences that he was surrounded by.
They don't confirm say they picking at 18 years?
I don't know. That is what I don't know. So basically, I don't know the end of the story from the other side. The only one side of the story.
My own advice would be to this gentleman in Sierra Leone is that try find a way to just avoid the crowd, and if possible, okay, don't do America for such a long time. If possible, avoid Freetown. You see, I don't know why make a lot of people they continue for take Freetown as
why you not come off Freetown?
I mean, I'm Freetown boy. But I was frequent. Excuse me, I was frequent upline. I mean, I remember when this late man Sanfa Kuruma opened Union Trust Bank na mile 91 or mile 91 or so, I can't remember when Anes Kuruma say make a Mohammed Sanko one drop nationalist newspaper one drop na Soldier Street that didn't bona. What before that day the one drop no cost Waterloo. Yes. So when I can go, and I just say bring one drop cap. So I go meet and say HEC logo that this program. So when we reach, we sit down after the ceremony. We go upstairs. Now one small room, and then some one or two people sit down. Now and then he say you don't make it bigger cap. You know, say unless we turn in fault at the end of the day, be a rascal, be a nice guy. I mean, yes, he get fault, and we will only condemn him for because of this nonsense way to go to the country. So,
some of we still oppose some.
No, I'm including myself here. You know, I mean, some people can give me call this way I can go now and I say, hey, what you could what you honest do you? They know the look. They take a personal. You understand me? I mean, personally, 1-to-1, it was a good man, you know, and we were good friends. You understand me? But when it comes to Sierra Leone, no, I know the compromise on that. So he said, now he talked to me, he said, he said, you don't know, saying that we are like. He would have got you, but you don't crew one.
So now you can't come for the first time.
For the first time. So no. If I get away, I mean, of going back to Sierra Leone in the near future, I would have.
Are you actually saying you don't have any intention to go back to Sierra Leone anytime soon?
Well, we don't.
In the near future, it's like far away from now.
We don't check full shower in the country, so now I don't see myself going to Sierra Leone.
That's a different question.
I don't see myself going to Sierra Leone. You know.
All right. So now that you mention it, I know say. That's a very serious issue we get for talk about. Again, that discussion we get for continue because we should give advice to the parents and also to the beginner and even the adult the way they try for you this age and come on this part of the world.
I think the one that we do, I mean, don't late now.
You don't late.
So what thing for happen now is that, but now Seth, it's almost difficult for.
It's still happening. It's
still happening. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Well, so you need a lot of public education.
Yep. You need a lot of education because people need to know the consequences.
Yeah.
There are backlashes.
Yeah.
There are positive and negatives. The positive will be fine for the next few years where you're here.
Yeah.
But the disadvantage is going to be great.
Yeah.
Because when that child becomes an actual adult. Yeah. And he's still passing as a teenager, it's a struggle.
Yeah.
And when that child gets to, example, you say, people that don't go there guitar, we can't retire because they've chopped 5 or 10 years of their actual age.
And when they do another, right? When they talk, when they pull 1 year, 2 years.
No, like 5, 7,
10, 7,
and that's a lot.
Yes,
I mean, a 10-year-old child is a grown-up child.
It's a lot.
10-year gap between. I was a guardian from beyond party world grew up now, Salone. How can I be a guardian? When you come on, you host a now me need to call.
Jesus.
Where is the son? I'm like, he's not here yet. Make sure when he comes, call us so that we know that he's safe. He's not grandpa.
Wow.
I mean, they represent him as in guardian. So it is very serious. And like we don't experience that over the past couple of years with people that we know that are minors travel to this country that are adults, and we see the struggle we get for mediate some of the institutions, and they say you get for take as the party speaking of. You know, seeing a big girl. You know, seeing a big boy.
Oh yeah, you're not there for caution.
Of course, with the caution the parent them, and then talk to the Pekin. Say don't misbehave because right now you're here as a teenager. Otherwise, you have your problem on your own.
Yeah.
So we then mediate between the two parties.
So it comes back to some of the things that where Donald Trump they talk about this immigration business, that some of the things, including the marriage as well.
True.
That to a point.
True. They know all of these things. They just give it a blind eye because again, it's something that is realistic. And yes, as long as you bring in economic developments or you helping the economy to grow, they'll give a blind eye.
Yeah.
But it will not go for long.
No.
The opportunities that were here 30 years ago is not the same anymore.
No, nothing is the same anymore.
Nothing the same. So as we change gradually, technology they improve, everything is becoming more difficult.
It become obvious that this person to 25 when in fact not 30, 45.
Thank you. So they will test your IQ in certain way. They know how a 25-year-old will behave and react.
And there are certain things where you don't go lie pan.
Of course.
So
of course.
Like the footballer will talk say we have just one picking.
Thank you. It's naturally realistic. Say you want for celebrate, you want for make yourself feel happy.
And how old was he supposed to be?
16. Well, he was playing for under 15s. So how can a 15-year-old have a child?
And Salone got away with it?
Of course. But what in Mauritania do? They withdraw from the competition. They said no, they're not going to take part again because they don't pick in an actual age. They wouldn't get at 18 or if only small than half. They were trashed like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years. Because these are kids.
Something is seriously wrong with our country.
Well, it's not just Sierra Leone. I think it's all over the world.
Yes, but there are certain aspects of something really going on Sierra Leone. I think it's just unique to our country.
Well, it's gone to a different level.
Yeah.
Right. Now, today, I brought you here for a specific reason.
Okay.
And I believe, you don't highlight the fact, you were called upon this current government since 2021 for represent them in the office of
2012. Yes.
2012.
Yes.
For make you be their mayoral candidate for Freetown.
Yes.
And we know Freetown municipality has been run by the Creoles.
Yes.
Which something we want for change couple of years ago.
No, you see, a lot of people don't understand. You see, a lot of people don't understand the wisdom behind that. What happened was that because of the same upline and Freetown issue, but Sheki in his wisdom, because don't forget say Sheki self na be mayor, right? And then we been get Fataraman as well as mayor. So not for say na law, no. What did happen because the natives, if I can call them that, were dominating the parliament, right? And then they were all kind of coming back into the civil service as well, right? Then Pashaki said, okay, we go left the Chief Justice, the Speaker of the House, and the Mayor for the Creole. That was Pashaki.
Okay, was it just down to tribal relationship or the fact that these were the legislative tribes of Sierra Leone?
No, because even in Freetown at that time, the natives were dominating the parliament, the constituencies.
Yeah, but it's different from legislation.
No, it was just Pashaki's decision after consultation with. You see, one thing where Pashaki mean to do, none of the other people will not do. I don't know much about Pakaba, but I know for a fact say I not do, and I know say this man self not to do. Pashaki been get Creole people, Creole party. They been get some other Terminal Limba, mostly Terminal Limba and Fula by Lobari. We secretly they consult with Nanette. They go na their house, sit down, then discuss national issues. Taking what you want for taking. During the day, he engaged with Insai Kuruma and Kamaratilo. Then he come to a conclusion. Pashaki used to do that. Then during the week, he began what they call Dezibona, blessed memory, Auta Koka, Samedziga, IB Kagbo from tablet newspaper, and then from time to time he can swap even food they can there, women they progress. He meet with them at State House. Then discuss issues.
So basically, all of this is in consultation, for find solutions for some of the issues that were in the country.
Pashaki was doing that. Then at the end of the day, he engaged with in two lieutenants then, Insai Kuruma and Insai Kamatilo. Then at one point, he bring in the late Pa MS Mustafa, because Pa MS Mustafa joined the APC when they convert the country into a one-party state. You understand? But that was what Pashaki was doing, and with all in fault, he governed the country in a way since then nobody able to govern. You know, so consultation, yeah.
Okay, so basically, you don't see now the situation of what's in the happen in terms of the mayoral position. I was specific on this one, but let's bring in first the holistic reason why the party went into a protest for the fact say things are not happening the way it's supposed to be, and they choose to go into a protest for support the fact say you cannot legislate something that is not constitutional. I know you know the constitution to depth. You know somebody who don't discuss the constitution, but there is a lot of stuff that I cannot find on the constitution when it comes to mayoral duties and performance of the mayoral duties within the constitution of Sierra Leone. I can't find no document.
Na power grab.
Okay, so what do you think, or what's your take on the fact that APC as a political party left parliament?
I see a lot of people they give them kudos for that. I mean not give them kudos.
Okay.
Because they late like Ode.
True.
They late like Ode.
True.
This is a fight that should have been started. They should have started this fight from 2023.
Immediately after the election.
Immediately after the elections. Yeah. You understand me? But you see, just like in 2018, they all focus, the people that matters within the APC, their all focus was 2028.
So do you think they were compromised for 2023?
Yes, they compromised. They compromised 2018, they compromised 2023 because their focus was 2028. Now, they behave like if I say they're not God. They not behave like a mortal man that will get foresight, where they ask questions and challenge themselves when it comes to politics. You understand me? So, for me, just like when I tell somebody they support Sansumana, I say Sansumana only fight with the fight, so now the wrong fight in the fight.
Sure.
For the flag bearership. So, okay, they don't protest, they don't come out now, Nado. They don't withdraw their political service or whatever you want to call them from government and whatnot, from parliament. What do you expect SLPP for do? You see, SLPP, the kind of SLPP where they Mother Bill and others, they're not ashamed.
No.
And now authoritarian government. And they don't care about waiting the person, the public talk. They don't care about the public. All they're concerned about is themselves and waiting to do.
Okay.
So the APC failed to realize that from the time where they would pull in 10 MPs from parliament. In fact, if you ask me, Tamba, from the time they pull in 10 MP from parliament, APC should have stepped down. Say, we not agree. We not take up. Because even Akisoya, somebody sent me a recording, a interview she did today or so, or yesterday. They say she was very good. The person they sent the message to me say she did a fantastic interview and whatnot, and that in confirmation during the interview that she had 66% of the vote.
Of the vote.
Right? But when ECSL announced, they announced 51 or 52% of the vote. In fact, they were going to give the vote, the mayorship to Gentile.
Yeah.
I know of that.
Yeah.
Because somebody called me and tell me, say, that she will miss you, where you be fed for, that Gentile they can give. So somewhere along the line, because of the kind of pressure we come for the presidential ticket between Mada and Samoa, somebody in their wisdom say, no, Lord, not this thing pass back. Let we give the mayor a result because she won the election. And then they say, okay, reduce her from 66 to 51 or 52%, something like that. So, which begs the question, if Yvonne Akisoya gets 66% of the vote in Freetown alone, right? Then at the time, Samoa say he had 56%.
I think so.
Yeah, 56%. Hey, boy. It's common sense that Madabi will win the election.
No, of course. No, but that is not the question here. The question is, them leaving parliament right now, what sort of advantage will it create?
None.
Than they could have done it in 2023.
No, because you see, because they don't feed the SLPP ego, right? And they don't also fail for realizing the SLPP not get shame. One, they don't care. Two, the international community not be seen. You know, they are not moral guarantors. They are they are moral manipulators.
Yeah, they're not moral guarantors anymore.
And that you see, anybody who study politics, historical politics, or contemporary politics go no say any government when an authoritarian government when they in power, then they make sure say the next election they win them because they don't want to be held accountable by anybody. So I don't know waiting at the end game for APC. As I said last week, the APC need to come together. One, we'll come to the mayor business. The APC as a party, as an institution, this division, they need to break this division, put them aside, extend their hand to Samura, extend their hand to Sansumana. Now, when I discussed this even yesterday, the elephant in the room, I will not call it the elephant in the room, but just for argument's sake, for people to understand what they watch and listen, the elephant in the room is an Escoma. Is it right and proper for make the APC bring an Escoma on board? Because believe it or not, an Escoma still has a massive influence within the APC.
Okay.
Fine. So put an Escoma aside. The APC needs to come together. All this, including the division within the diaspora. You understand me? They need to come together and find one radical voice. We're not afraid for go jail. Then find another radical voice, one radical voice as their leader. You see, the term about these rules and regulations and the constitution, it don't work.
Okay.
The APC need for lock that book and go the way where Mother Bill do things. Mother Bill does not respect the constitution.
So do you think people have to take a huge risk by doing so?
Of course.
Okay. But I'm not going to agree with two things we say. So the APC need to come together and approach Sansumana and approach Samura and bring them back on board. They did not. Maybe for Sansumana, yes, he has come back and he has been accepted fully.
Yeah.
And he's now participating. But I don't think they did anything wrong to Samura.
No.
As a party.
Samura,
so why call him back to
Let me tell you something. If you put Samura amongst all the flag bearers who they saw today, you left the vote, Samura beat the all.
Right now?
Yes.
I disagree.
You know,
I'll give you several reasons why I would disagree.
Let me tell you something.
Okay, go on.
You see, I will not brief for Samura.
Again, I will say the same.
But I did tell you, say, Samura has one advantage. One big advantage.
Mm-hmm. And that is?
And that is, people feel that he was cheated out of.
That was then.
No.
I will say, I am in
and right now,
right up to the end of it.
Right now, mm-hmm. I don't see anybody within the flag bearer and within the commotion now they can't transform Sierra Leone. None.
Okay, that's a very difficult statement to make.
You know why I say position.
Okay, you know why I'm saying that is a difficult statement to make. Now, because were we expecting President Bio to be what he is right now? To some people, no.
No, okay.
But so basically, to transform Sierra Leone, the next president of Sierra Leone after President Bio has a huge task at hand.
Okay.
That's one.
Yeah.
And two, anybody who gets capacity in his wisdom or her wisdom for one salon after President Bio does not have to do it alone.
Continue.
So we don't look at a holistic reality where we know able for pinpoint say yes, anybody else alone. If you try for doing one, you will fail. Because there is no monopoly to legislation for one salon right now.
I'm glad you don't.
You need committed heads that comes together. But with the APC party, they have a potential. They have an administrative structure where we expect say SLPP being get, but they have lose that professionalism and put another in pocket because that is what they believe in. Yeah.
In professionalism within the party?
Within the party and the structure of governance.
Okay, no. For governance, no, left that. Within the party, then get a system where APC no get.
The system where they get is the bad system. It's only good for them. It's the bad system. But that's not the system we want for Sierra Leone.
No, but Tamba, let me tell you something.
That's not the system we want for Sierra Leone.
Tamba, a SLPP power doctrine, right, is for SLPP members power only. And as far as they are concerned, it has been working for them since 2018.
Do you think they will not have a backlash? They will have a backlash. And if that backlash comes, it's going to be the worst we've experienced in Sierra Leone. Dr. Usu was small.
No, but every autocracy, they get a backlash at the end of the day.
The backlash we don't forget to get for worse than what you would expect.
If you go as far as 70, 80 years, all authoritarian governments, they had a backlash. Hitler kill himself, he kill in Pekin and wife and all that.
Dynamic I say their own backlash could be the worst.
There are plenty, Baby Doc, Mugabe. So one thing I am certain of, right? I always say I pray for long life and well body. One thing I am certain of, the SLPP power doctrine, it end bad.
Of course.
That one I'm not even. I don't even think twice about it.
Of course.
The only thing that the time frame
the time frame not long again.
Well,
the reason why I'm saying it
not long again if the APC get their act together.
APC does not have to get their acts together. APC is a political party that is evolving. They've gone through their own drama.
No. It is no longer the institution I know.
Again, it will not be the institution that you always know. It will change. The SLPP doctrine that we have right now has never been the institution that we know.
There is 2 SLPP.
There is 2 SLPP.
Okay, 3.
You can never even make it 4.
Okay, fine, all right.
How many APC do we have?
We don't have an APC.
Thank you.
We don't have an APC.
That's even better than you have 4 SLPP without an APC. I'll tell you why you say you will not get APC.
We don't have APC now.
For the fact that APC has not actually yet select who is going to be their new leader. Yeah. When they do, I always say fight each other. Yes, forget the position. But when you get the position, rally around each other and move forward. That is all I think they should do for now. For now, I need the whole APC accountable for nothing with the wrong Salone. They are not in governance.
No.
They have the right to. No, they are not in governance. They have the right. They have the right to oppose or talk about things that are affecting Syrians and their political party. But who is going to execute?
No, you see that this one of
Mr. Macaulay.
That this me and Boku people they disagree with.
No, we have
to
have a disagreement.
The APC are primarily responsible for what happened to them now because they sold out to Madabio.
Again, I am not saying to them. APC cannot be held accountable for the things that are happening in Sierra Leone right now. APC as a political party are accountable for what is happening to them as a political party. Agreed. Only getting 10%, whether they sell to Madabio, they don't sell to Madabio, whether it was individuals, group, whatever it is their responsibility. As a political party, they should come together and fix the problem. As a nation...
But that's the other issue, Tamba. The people who create the problem cannot.
They will solve the problem.
How?
Because, there is no problem without a solution. There is no Sansumana left. Okay, he was sacked. They kicked him out abruptly. We all know. So we fought for Sansumana. We protest for him at the House of Parliament because he was dismissed unlawfully. But guess what? Now by default, when you no longer becomes a member of the political party based on the constitution of Salone, you should not be a vice president. By default, he was removed.
And he was not smart enough to have picked that up.
Fine. Basically, he did not read the constitution properly. He doesn't know what the constitution stands for. So this is what I'm saying to people. If you want to participate in any organization, group, or structure, read their manual.
How many of them they read that now?
That's the question we should be asking. APC gets a manual, right? How many people know the APC manual? I don't have to know the APC manual. I don't have to know the APC, but I should find out about the constitution that governs us as civil unions. Okay. Even if I don't have time to read it all, okay. But when issue arise, go there and make some effort and read. It's free online. Everybody can have access to it.
For me, I was see this thing. I still believe, see, without Samura coming on board, the division will continue. Because you have, don't underestimate the amount of people who still they out
of course
for Samura.
Of course they will be.
So last week we had a talk. I say in the name of God, Samura, come out and talk. You see.
Again, that's the problem we have. Again, you now be one of the very strong advocates for Samura. I know that for sure over the past couple of months, over to a year or two.
Yes.
But you get to start in a position where you think enough is enough.
Of course. Not only God and fools don't change.
Thank you.
So for me, I got to a point last year where having spoken to people who were around them and having spoken to himself, Samura, and then I said, okay, I give myself this time. And then, as you know, they give dates there all the time. And then they come back, they say, nah, so dates, definitely the transition will take place. I say to the person, I say, Usai, na this tripartite agreement, we say, Mother Bio for step aside, for hand over to Samura. Is he able upon the 84
page document?
84 points they will put. I say, okay, which one pandem? You understand here? The person able highlight or show me the right with himself. They just simply say, but the pull up Monday. So tell we see the kind of in fact, so see don't go so safe that they go
in a guy
again. You understand me? So I said, okay, then he come, and then few weeks later, he carrying back. We go beat King Charles. Then the person called me. He said, "Like King Charles go talk to her and say, make it hand over." Now I say to you, you know, short. This is a big one. Now I say, you know, short. I say, boy, I got respect for you. But excuse me, I said, but fuck off now before.
No, you do. You have the right to say that.
I said, Prince Charles not involved by the British politics.
Thank you. Now, Salone, you're the game.
Who said Prince Charles go for go tell Mother Bio for hand over Gi Sabua?
All right, so let's now come to the point. We don't see the first move with SAPP government.
Yes.
Don't take
illegal government.
Well,
yes.
We don't legitimize them at some point.
Yes,
by participating in the first parliament.
Yes.
After 2023 elections.
Yes.
That was a legitimate force.
They went back. Yes, they went back.
That could have been the best for me. Right up to date, would have been run a country unconstitutionally by a government that was not actually approved by anybody.
No, the people don't vote for them.
So that's fine. Yeah. So now we don't see them first move since APC don't come in a parliament. Based on the fact that they appoint an electoral commissioner will not meet the criteria and the threshold, right? So basically, the first move where SAPP government don't make. What's your take on that for replace the mayor of Freetown?
The constitution is very clear. The 1991 constitution of Sierra Leone gives executive authority to elected officials, not self-appointed ones. This is a power grab, and these guys not get. I don't know if you see him on Facebook or I put it on Facebook. The man Babu, you know, you like a girl lipstick. Babu. You understand me? So what it tells you is that they don't begin planning this some weeks back. Because that mirror saying where you need from the way.
It's not the one where they give one.
No.
Okay. So they actually made a new one.
Yes.
Okay.
They don't plan this thing for some time now, say. You know, from the time they walk out, say, well, I need to be the mayor. So they're just giving them time to
prepare themselves.
And see whether what the APC should do or not. So APC, this is take APC by surprise.
Okay.
It take them, when you see Yvonne, they go around and it take them by surprise. This is what I'm saying. They don't get nobody with the strategic thinking, where they foresee them here, where they say, so. Because the deputy mayor, Lisk, you know, himself na APC, so obviously himself
no
withdraw from what he said. But it is very clear that now power grab out of desperation, and then people are not getting one shame. And mark me word, it work that what today, it goes to run in office, he runs Freetown City Council as mayor of Freetown.
What are the legalities?
And that's not come up here.
No, what are the legalities behind it constitutionally? Because like I said to you, I've read through the constitution. There is no specific part of the.
But I don't tell you so.
But then a clause of appointment.
Yes.
So basically, it does not specifically.
Even the minister will get the authority, not get the power to do that.
Yeah.
Because if the mayor of Freetown is an elected office, the elected franchise by the people of Freetown, not a minister they appoint mayor. They only tell you even when you appoint somebody for government, you don't call a mayor. You call her, I think, chairman of the council. They get to like where Akibo Bet and Mami Dilsworth. We are both the chairman of a committee of whatnot.
Okay.
You cannot call them mayor because mayor is an elected office. So what they're doing now is illegal. But you see, they have been conducting the entire country illegally from 2018. The removal of those 10 APC MPs was illegal. APC did nothing about it. They went about it was illegal. The list is long, you know, so nothing will come out of it. But like I keep saying, and they assured people, it is just the question of time.
But how long?
Well, let me be. But let me tell you something. We now we pray for long life. And then could the glass will get long life because we're doing in the 60s, we're doing in the 60s, you know, just keep healthy for what? For make sure say we day alive and healthy. For see
that
change. Not to change. The day when the winner can do. If because the 2028 election, let me tell you, if we continue in this trend, APC not the winner.
Okay. Is it about winning a legitimate election or winning an election for the purpose of changing civilian?
First thing first, address the issue of the election. No authoritarian government, go back as far as you want, then our office, including the one the American, not Donald Trump. Right now, Donald Trump is an authoritarian president. He is working on making sure that the midterm election in November, the Democrat no winner. No secret.
Yeah, no.
It don't tell the Republicans and say therefore nationalize the election. Then the gerrymandering all over the place. No authoritarian government, go back as far as you want, has been in office where Sidom allowed the government for lost election.
Yeah, Johnny lost election.
They pull out, they force him out.
But he lost election.
No.
He accepts. He accepts losing.
No.
And then
let not confuse people.
He walks out.
Let not confuse people. He agrees say he win 1 minute.
No, he agrees he lost 1 minute.
Sorry, he agrees say he lost 1 minute, and then come back, he change his mind. He say no loss. That they tell you, it come back to the same thing. No authoritarian government they allowed.
So, are you seriously saying this is the first move? What will now happen to the parliamentarians?
Well, 2 weeks last week they were trying to make a law for bring MPs and come off SFP for take APC they sit there. You don't know that?
Okay.
They were trying to bring.
No, but there is a rule where mandatory say if members of parliament are absent for how many sittings,
yes,
then they will be replaced
by the other party
by the same members of parliament, or they will have a by-election, or now by how you call it?
So
PR system.
So this now notice they don't give APC so that the mayor to now is illegal mayor. Then go. You see.
So are they saying again? So he replaced all those members of parliament of APC who don't work out
They can
illegally again.
They can do it.
And what happens in Sierra Leone in that regard? And what is going to be? What is going to happen with the constitution of Sierra Leone? And what is going to happen to the running of Sierra Leone as a country?
The constitution has been bastardized since Madabio came to power.
I agree.
This man where me no can so find out funny. Although a lot of people they find out funny. Salomo, but that Lebanese boy. Me no can find out funny anyway. But a lot of people they find out funny. But he said something the other day where I agree with. He said how for do. Saloma na how for do.
But no, that's not the word.
The Guinean troops go Liberia. You see the reaction of the Liberian. You see them. When the Guinean troops go Guinea, you go Salone. Now the Salone border. You see any Salone youth?
No. But why?
Why?
Are we not patriotic enough?
It's not patriotism.
What in that the reason? Yeah, because sometimes we need to find out some of these reasons, so maybe we can find a solution. Like I said, there is no solution.
People have been battered to submission.
And then, we have accepted it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and you when they try to tell them, I met somebody, I know calling him out of respect. I met somebody at the grammar school Thanksgiving where he should have been there. I see them, I'm very happy for see them. I go meet them all two, and they hug them, they talk.
I will check my video.
Now you go know that anyway. Now he say, now the web say to me, left for the pataptic. Gandong. You see, that now the other stupidity where people in the express na Sierra Leone. Apart from Nelson Mandela, 90% of the ANC freedom fighters were out of South Africa.
Yeah.
Right?
They were operating from the borders of South Africa.
Yes, I mean
in all forms, and it works.
Yeah.
The
Iranian Ayatollah and others, they were in France and Belgium and Wales. Then they operate. When the day already, they march into Tehran. They took over Iran. No, so I can give a list. When they're ready for pull, Idi Amin, Mobutu was in Zambia, right? He then in Zambia, he organized the plan. When the day ready, he marched into Uganda and pulled Idi Amin. Paul Kagame was in Uganda. He plan. When he ready, he marched into Rwanda. And plan. So we people them don't understand, or they deliberately out of I don't know what adjective I can use for believe say you get for the that they gone. What we need is an Oliver Cromwell.
Okay.
Or a Jerry Rawlings.
As in the leader or leadership.
Sierra Leone, not APC, not SLPP. Me, left with me alone. I want both APC and SLPP removed from power.
But there is not going to be any other political party that will have that substance.
You see, this is the mistake.
Let's be honest. We don't try three.
Forget about it. Let me tell you something.
Let's be honest.
No, let me tell you something.
We have tried three third parties.
I don't know for you, but I think you are interested in politics. This young man waiting at the studio with Wisu, right? Including myself, because I'm interested in politics. I tell somebody else again, same grammar school Thanksgiving Sunday. We are telling this thing, he said, Bona APC. I said, no. Jerry Rawlings, when Jerry Rawlings took over the second time, when he executed over 80 people, former heads of state, former head of military, etc., he killed them all. He buried all in one grave in Lamambi Beach, right? Then what next did he do? He banned all the political parties, including Nkrumah and political party, when I recently the party emerged back. Then what happened? He said, "Now form new political parties." So let me tell you the problem.
So by forming new political parties, are we dealing with the same political? Because again,
no.
Some of the people okay.
He not only banned the party, he banned a certain number of people from. This is what NPRC should have done. NPRC, when they came to power, was in 92. When they came to power in 92, they should have banned SLPP and APC. But now SLPP been kind of power and on the NPRC, these guys.
Okay.
So there was no way they could do that. John Benjamin and others, So APC, SLPP need to be removed from the political
And replaced with what?
Replaced with new political party.
And how would you call them?
Hey, come on. Not the political parties that will they form in Ghana, not only they govern Ghana, so that.
But they are almost the same people who were.
No. Go back.
They are almost. I didn't say the same.
Fine.
They are almost the same people who were running.
US don't show. You go tell me, say, if we wake to sleep and wake tomorrow, there's a change in Sierra Leone, and then ban the APC and SLPP, and by God in power, they kill most of them, and they will do it. You understand me? Then they say we form a new political party. You want to tell me, say, if I tell you say we form a political party, you know get interest?
I no go join. I no go join.
You no go join, but you will get interest.
I will not have interest. I will find out first who are involved, what are they doing.
But that is obvious.
I'll give an example.
What you're saying is that not the stages you go through. But what I'm saying here is that listen, let's stop this idea that now only APC has happened to govern.
Okay, I'm not saying now only.
But that's only say.
Okay, they say what is better than APC and
anything
SLPP?
else other than APC and SLPP?
But what is better? What?
Better will come.
How? When? In our days?
Yes, it's possible, yes.
In the next 5-10 years?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
I'll be realistic when I'm saying.
What date?
I'll be realistic when I'm saying I don't think so. I'll tell you a reason why.
Yes.
When PMDC emerged,
please.
You see, this is exactly what I'm saying. In your days, again, who do you think will form a political party right now in Syria?
You know the listen to what I say?
That haven't got any affiliation with APC, SPP, PMDC, UDC,
No. Listen.
KKY and the
They
rest.
say kill dog before dog make dog no say die.
But how can you kill a dog when you don't have a dog?
We'll get dog there now. Now both APC and SLPP.
Well, okay, you don't kill the two dogs. Whose dog will the see in coming dog?
Poppy that way.
I will Poppy not get nothing for do.
No. Let me tell you something. Jerry Rollins at the camp.
That's a military overtake.
Yes,
it's different.
We have two choices for Sierra Leone.
Last November just don't ban all political parties in Guinea 2 weeks ago. Is that going to work? Because he ran on the political party, so it's different.
Sierra Leone need a Christman right now.
Nah, so if they say Salone need a Christman, God give him Mother Bear. I'm not like Christman.
Mother Bear not a Christman. Mother Bear an idiot.
I don't say that Christman.
Mother Bear an idiot.
We were.
Although idiocy, I'll tell you something.
We were looking at somebody who will have that authoritarian discipline.
No, he never had it.
But that's what we thought.
No. If you call Star Radio, ask Star Radio, make them pull the files with me and late Christopher Coker. I don't know if it's about Christopher Coker. He work with me now with your newspaper. Ask them, make them pull the files of me and Christopher Coker when we go na radio, na Star Radio, go talk about Mother Bio, and then somebody call to talk about Samoa. Mother Bio now tell and say on 3 occasions, call Star Radio. It's not a story I tell you. When we go on radio with late Christopher Coker, we say Mother Bio no get no disciplinary attributes. Mother Bio is corrupt. Mother Bio na apprentice. In fact, you know apprentice, not even first apprentice, na second and third apprentice. Because a you get the driver, you get 2 apprentices, you get the one to collect the money, you get the one to the other. Lumbly. Mother Bio like the other. Lumbly. You know the correct money, sir, because of that chief man. You understand me? So we said it on Star Radio, but Anescoma had a different agenda. So anybody who look say Mother Biona disciplinarian was a fool. I'm sorry to say this.
No, but again, it's the perception of Sierra Leoneans thinking a military or former military officer will have that authoritarian personality for changing the mindset of Sierra Leone.
When the man the debate with Samoa, the people who are paying for rice at 70,000 euros, 60,000 euros. Now they are paying to. Is that how a disciplinarian talks? No.
Okay, so now what you're saying, our solution is a force that does not even exist right now.
It does exist on the ground.
Well, anything that does not exist on the surface.
It has to be. It does exist on the ground.
Okay. Anything that does not exist on the surface does not exist.
The ANC was operating on the ground.
No, the ANC was an established political party that had
not to the world inside South Africa. The underground one they were operating outside South Africa.
No, but that's ANC. They have a name.
They were put under.
They have a brand. They have a name attached to them.
Everything in time.
Their ANC or operating out of Sierra Leone.
Everything in time.
Okay, now, what would be your solution now that the SAPP government has started to replace mayors? Is it just in Freetown or other parts of Sierra Leone where gets any APC mayor candidate or mayors sitting mayors, or is it going to be something different?
They're going to replace all of the mayors.
All of them.
The mayors and chairmen. They're going to do that, including Kasho Rural. They're going to replace that. And I got it from a very authoritative source that they were planning to even replace the MPs as well, right? And you see, no international.
Do you think that's a recipe for chaos, or it's just a free ticket to abuse power?
I don't see anybody in the APC who will get mine for challenge Madabio. I don't see nobody. So that is why we need to get rid of both parties.
Okay. So if that happened as a Sierra Leonean, what would you do?
I'm doing what I should be doing, but I'm quietly now.
Okay. So if you were in the position of Iwan Akinsey right now, you've been removed from your position, what would you do?
I will never be in that position for being Iwan Akinsey's position in the first place. Because from 2023, after the election, I would have told Samuel, even Samuel attempts to go back in the office, I would have told Samuel that I'm not going to the office.
So do you think that was a big mistake made by the party?
Samuel blundered. Samuel and the APC, they blundered. And
why would you blame the APC when Samuel is the one that makes the final decision as the head?
But don't forget that you talk like the collective.
I said the next president of Sierra Leone. Not so Samuel, I said the next leader, the next president of Sierra Leone.
So you feel say,
I'm not being specific about this. Samuel's one.
You feel that Samuel will make the decision?
The box stops with him. At the moment, anything goes wrong in Sierra Leone, the box stops with President Bio. Nobody else. I will not hold anybody accountable other than the president, because he's the sitting president of Sierra Leone right now. Anything will happen at Salone under President Bio in watch. He's accountable.
One of the most unfortunate aspects of the Samoa phenomenon is the fact that this man decided not to talk. I talked to somebody.
But why? Do you have any specific?
I talked to somebody who was very close to him last week.
Okay.
I said to the person, "But why make another talk?" He say, "Then say make it keep quiet."
Who?
But it's obvious. It's either them, the one person will talk to me, or the so-called international moral guarantors.
Yeah, but international moral guarantors will not tell you to stop to talk to your people when they desperately need to hear from you. And give them the assurance to say, yes, you guys will be okay, we're going to be taking over office. Or give them the assurance to say, don't worry, we're going to work with it for the next 5 years, and I will be the next president of Sierra Leone come 2028 election.
That's what I'm saying. It has not come across as somebody where, at the end of the day, genuinely, he's a genuine man in terms of his character and as a person. But I don't think he has the political, the political character, the tenacity, and the guts, the courage for because if me being there in position, nobody will tell me for keep quiet.
True.
And as well, I said, go talk now. We had one day all day. He say, I even tell somebody that again yesterday. He say, they want to kill Samoa. Me, I will put my hand up. I will put my life up. Say, Mother be not get mine for kill Samoa.
Yeah, but who don't want to kill her?
But thank you.
Who don't want to kill her?
They say the man they hide because they want kill.
Who don't want to kill her?
They say Mother be you.
Why?
Mother be is stupid. Mother be not stupid.
No, but why? But why would you want to kill him?
That's the $1 million question.
I don't really know why you should do it, because I don't see any reason behind why.
The man they go talk na motoka. He hide na motoka. That was terrible.
That was the most embarrassing thing I've ever.
That was terrible.
Okay, so you feel say, in terms of the position of Samuel Kamara, would have made things a little bit better for APC as a political party if their previous leader has come out and say some of the things that everybody is hoping to hear from him? Will that have changed the situation that they are in right now?
The first mistake of the Samoa scenario, whatever we want to call them, is the fact that Samoa was intentionally, deliberately selected for that position day in 2018. because the man we choose know the character of the man. And then unfortunately for we, it proved to the man that he is what he is. Because when we left 2018, 2023, when then can they make you flag bearer back? The first way they do, say no, I they choose me on running mate. He never did. Number two, that ID card, where you go talk, see, this ID card, no, what is it?
The one way then do better pass the one way and the school been do. 2018. No, yes, 2018.
That was a serious blunder.
Yeah, but we covered him on that.
Then the list is long because one, they not been get the right people around them. One. Then number two, as somebody will work with them briefly during the 2018 campaign, not to somebody where they take in advice and stick to the advice. He always believes say waiting they think, waiting for says is what is right. And politicians not behave so. You understand me? and as somebody where don't study a lot of political figures, you understand me, and going back as far as 70, 80 years back, you understand me? In fact, I go as far as Oliver Cromwell for understand political leadership, and Machiavellian as well. You understand me? There is no such thing as a politician, a leader, we go about doing business that waiting see or waiting to think, they're always right. Then you are going to blunder somewhere. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump, in the blunder just like a mother bill. If I forget mother bill yourself the govern that way that na me what me think what you do. Donald Trump the blunder and the govern the way they govern because in order to take advice where they come from him or when they get a script in order
it go off script.
It go off script. Mm-hmm. You understand me? Mm-hmm. So what you have a lot of blunders and mistakes, monumental blunders that where they put people's life at risk. You understand me? Imagine Donald Trump the talk say, it no be no say Iran go bomb
Israel.
Not to Israel.
Oh, you mean Kuwait and all that?
Imagine that. But he was told.
So is that the same equivalent of what is happening in Sierra Leone? Is that what you're saying?
We don't get people, the leaders, including the flag bearers now, they don't take advice. Then you go about. Oh. Look, Jagaban. Look, Jagaban.
That's what you got call him now. When you don't start.
Look, Jagaban.
Like you don't start, so I don't think you got call him.
Who the advice Jagaban?
I don't know.
For to go dish out money per nonsense. Then you get people who argue say what the man to do is right.
I don't know. I have no comments.
No,
but in your, and I not say your experience in Syrian politics is vast, and I am not saying it because you're here, but I'm looking at you as one of the most renowned media practitioner. We know a lot about Sierra Leone politics. You've worked in it,
yes,
and you know the depth of how far Salone politics don't go. Do you think the politics that we are playing right now as media practitioners in Sierra Leone and out of Sierra Leone is creating any force of the fourth estate according to the arms of governance?
No. You see, no. God. When you take you and Riyadh, now the only two platform now they actually create platform for people and for critique the government. The truth where we feel say Lamrana, people in the go they try. The other day I watched Dixon, brilliant fellow, Thomas Dixon, brilliant guy. Now they like they would left with legacy. Get Thomas Dixon, kudos to him. But they see Lamrana is a fantastic journalist. But sometimes you can see say inside the caution himself. You understand me? Okay, na survivor. You can understand that. Maybe what you picking name Khadija. Them of course not play their part. You understand? They're not you know the way they go about doing things. They're still babies. So and like they are also trying to just be self-preservation. You understand me? I not listen to Radio Democracy that much again. And then they say they get what I call epic radio. I listen to you one day. I never it carry dirty me. Yes, I not bother for even continue for listening to them. Of course, SLBC they don't even get camera safe for like I used to do this.
It doesn't even exist anymore.
Yes, you know. So
kind of
so Philip Neville, of course, of blessed memory, in place Star Radio. I don't know how much they are struggling for do things. So, and then of course the newspapers them, of course. When you take one drop, the Nationalist. You know, see, I know because me I follow the newspapers them actually.
Because most of them are online nowadays anyway.
Yes. I know they see much. You can see this fantastic headline.
And then the stories.
But when you read the story, you don't get depth for say, you know. But one drop they try. You understand me? So no, the journalism in Salone has gone to the dogs. It's gone to the dogs, and it is all self-preservation. Not to like you know. I don't want to say myself because me when I talked to Francis Gabidon the other week. He say, "Bro, I will miss voice or compromising voices like a Eunice Ayaleon." I said, being on there at television, we do with Lucian Ganda. We do breakfast in the morning in SLBS. Alpha Khan was information minister. You know, I challenge some of the decisions the way NSB make or will not make. As Minister of Information, Alpha Khan pick phone call the studio. Mr. Ojikutu Macaulay, you have to be. You have to remember that you're talking about the president is the fountain of honor and this and that. I went to a talk though. I say, Mr. Minister, I will tell you the talk show. I say, you feel me and you get business for coming in the big call studio. They can't tell me waiting for talk or waiting not for talk. You don't have people like that anymore in Sierra Leone.
Well, why do you think that is happening? Is it the basis of survival or lack of integrity?
Not self-preservation. No, you see, some of them get integrity, but it's self-preservation. They're all afraid because say what you may about Anesco. Don't forget, say Anesco, they may even get on name.
Yeah, of course.
You understand me? Mm-hmm. Say what you may, you understand me? Pakaba and Anesco. They Pakaba say when I left them, they sing instead of them go to bush. Mm-hmm. You understand me? Anesco to just respect freedom of speech. Mm-hmm. You understand me? And respect the right to your opinion as well. You understand me? But this man is an authoritarian government, so they don't respect that. You know, they don't believe say for even call if they have a way, then for they even call and Lord mother this and that God of what not. You know, so it's I think it's survival because people are afraid for go jail.
So who do you think will succeed Mada if he? Or do you think he's still going to carry?
I don't care who will succeed him. I don't want to know who will succeed him because very likely we're going to end up for kill all.
That's a very strong statement.
I'm sorry, but that's what Salone needs.
But that's a very strong statement.
Yes,
because again, like I said, people's views sometimes can be respected, which I do. But at the same time, the Sierra Leone that we want to see, is it a Sierra Leone that is going to be that violently aggressive, or it is being designed by nature as what we're doing right now?
We need, for transform Sierra Leone, take it from me, whether people like it or not, Sierra Leone need to go through a very violent period, short one.
But we've gone through that already, which is the...
No, we don't learn anything. We don't learn anything.
Do you think...
Look at me. You see me head?
Mm-hmm.
That's a pistol. I have, if I take this off, I have about 7 machete where almost fade now because of cream and whatnot. So we don't learn nothing. We the Kabia, then put tire around on the Kinema Road. Then burn them. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I team up na Ferry Junction where I went Echo Mog after they don't take Freetown back. after the January 6th incident. When they take Freetown, where Ecomodo take Freetown back, where people had to come up from the east, when Pakabasi made the Orgona Stadium, if you remember. Right on that Ferry Junction, PWD for go down Ferry Junction for go Wellington for go Kleintown by Barrow in place. Now they the Ecomog they set the checkpoint. I did with Major Tanko, when I have been the operations man. I was with him every day. Major Tanko they can't pick me now house now Wilberforce na all the way line 5 o'clock in the morning. I did with him throughout the day. We reach now that junction day. Then they check people them for before them scream them. Then you pass, you go stadium. This woman in drags. Suddenly, he dealt in Bobo. The Bobo also back there. The woman Allah, he cry. Say, Naim, now this man, a man well dressed, claiming to be a school teacher. The woman say, that man they rape him when the rebels them in the fight. Where Ecomog will fight rebels in Wellington. They told them go burn those kill people because they said that they didn't go bury them, people of Solomon Barrow have been killed, execution, pull some of them. The woman, the Allah, he cry, he point upon this man, say, now this man raped me. And I've read about it. Woman not forget possibly rape him most of the time. Although some can lie.
Sure.
But most times when it's actually physically the woman the point, he say, now this man raped me. Then the Bobo self returned to the soldier man them. He say, yes, Naim. Well dressed. He saying a school teacher. The crowd, they gather around them. Tanko, myself, and 3 other soldier man who they guard Tanko, they move to the crowd. Then the Ecomog soldier man them, then in the far end, they stretch around. Now Tanko push the crowd. We walk into the man, go next to the man. The crowd, they come. People were angry because of the suffering they don't want to. People were vexed. They were not. The woman, the other, I hate me, I hate me. The crowd will go towards this man. The crowd will go. Now Tanko pulling pistol. Pakai! Pakai! Pakai!
Yeah, they can't hit.
The guy hit. The guy collapsed. The crowd dispersed. When will they go back? I record them on mic. I say, why make you kill that man? Now I say, if he not been killed that man, me when they talk to and show him, the soldier man, the whole, they would have been seriously damaged by the crowd. Because when the crowd they go for that man, with the woman the other say that he rape him, the soldier man then for be shoot up in the air for disperse the crowd, the bullets for fly everywhere, and then very likely for hot well. So we kill that man. But we still not learn nothing. That's how you remember that Bobo? We saw us cry Freetown?
Cry Freetown. Abacha Street, yeah. Was it?
You remember that man which they call Aberdeen Bridge? Women the keep people at Aberdeen Bridge? Which is the man himself? The Nigerian soldier man. Women the keep people. Evil spirit? These are real stories. These are facts.
Well, again, this is a different program because I was thinking about doing a program regarding this. We they call healing, as in really what have we gone through during the gruesome war? Is it what we're experiencing right now?
Well, Manabio is one of the actors for this war. Them brutalized Paul Kamara. Manabio made them brutalize Paul Kamara, the journalist. Manabio said peace before elections. So the man then go around cutting tree. Manabio was the head of state. Shoot. Then Manabio tell them, say when they throw Strasser, when they can't go Guinea for Trump, when they helicopter, not was true reality. No.
Yeah.
He said when they go up the hill, when they go, when they throw Strasser, make Strasser die. We don't learn nothing yet. Look, somebody they go talk the other day say, make the Mende and keep the south. I don't know if you see her.
I heard about it.
Make the Mende and then at the south, southeast, and then make the APC. Then anybody when I get we go Mende line, then go beat her and kill her. Then anybody if Sierra Leone needs to be put through some process for make people realize see this can't go on.
But that's the reason why I say, do we need another gruesome?
We do need to cleanse. We need the hygiene for clean. We need the oil. We need bleach for clean the country.
But the president is doing that already.
Eh?
The president is doing that already.
Which president?
The current president.
The legal president.
Clean the image of civilian.
We don't see how the man wretched now. Say for another part of the president may die 1 in the morning. People in Gap say don't die safe. You know. You don't see how the man wretched. It is not a laughing matter. People are suffering in Sierra Leone. The man go on conference, he goes to the talk, say no picking all man free education.
Well, solution. I know you have a solution, and your solution is a drastic one, which I totally understand.
Yes, that's my solution.
And that's your solution.
Other than that, the APC, as it is now, should come together.
But they are together.
They are not together.
How do you? They are not. How do they have to come together?
Well, we talk to people then.
But how do they have to come together? In what capacity? Because they're still running campaign, they're still fighting against each other to lead the party. So you not expect somebody to come together when we're still
put aside 2020. Put aside 2028.
Well, 2028 is the mandate. It starts now.
Well, I say people don't respect her.
They don't have to respect it. That's their own issue.
So you fight them the same way.
Well, again, if APC at the moment,
let me tell you, like somebody like a Mohammed Bango and that Thompson boy. Therefore, don't face somebody go meet and they'll give them good dirty beat at the house.
that's mob justice.
Yes.
But you don't need mob justice.
Tell us if you see in parliament again, they foot down the court.
No, but you can't do mob justice there.
What else you need?
Again, what in make they say so? I have two reasons. One, until APC elects their flag bearer, they have an issue to deal with first, electing their flag. If APC elect their flag bearer come August, according to Washington layout now the constitution plan, immediately after their flag bearer election, they've elected who is going to lead the political party, they should be active straight away. Then I will be holding APC as a political party accountable because they now have a leadership. We're going for leading them now going into 2028 election.
My concern will make me passionately believe the two parties should go. I not see anybody amongst the lot where they come will know waiting for transform.
Somebody has to do it, regardless.
Yes.
Somebody has to do it.
It has to be a different person from the lot where they now.
Well, somebody has to do it. If that person they were there in a corner way, no say capable, bring him more front or make him put himself forward.
The fact of the matter is that, as I talk to you, some APC people are even there where they talk to this boy they sell drugs in Sierra Leone.
Who's boy the
Dutchman?
Well, again, like I said to you, we are in a situation where we find ourselves in Salone right now. We're very critical, crucial, and challenging, and difficult, and controversial.
Another thing. Most of the one they would have the flag bearer now, when they give one pandem flag bearer, that is what they not like Samura. Most of them will be served under an Kuruma for 10 years, will end up back minister, ambassador, and whatnot.
Okay.
So, straight away, I don't see any solution from those people.
Like I said to you, the current Madabio government is now serving 2 terms, right? The first term of his government, we knew by default who are going to be his ministers. Yeah? The second term of his government, we don't last 2 years, not to go 3 years. We know is not a stable one.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because he's chopping and changing.
Yeah.
Why? Because he don't serve in first term for the purpose of election. Now this is not the purpose. It's not the purpose of re-election anymore. It's not the purpose of exit. So basically, he's going to chop and change as he likes until he gets to the end of his term.
Yeah.
So there is not going to be any kind of miracle where APC will get for adopt, because if they end up for gets the seats of getting the next president of Sierra Leone, I am not saying automatically, but there are still going to be some members of the previous APC government who will most likely get position. I am not saying that is what they're going to do. We're just assuming. But only thing when they say no more is the next president of Sierra Leone has a lot of work at hand. There is no time for delivery. That's one. Two, I understand what you're saying. Two, it should be a collective leadership.
Collective leadership
of making it of effecting change. Instant or immediate change.
Let me tell you. They can say Mario is sweetener from the
bachelor's.
From the bachelor's, if no so. Me not see. I don't buy that explanation. Say wait to make them elect the flag bearer, then the party will begin talk. No, I know because me don't follow politics. Apart from saying I don't follow politics. When I yourself, you the day when people in the contest for position, they don't wait till election. Tell them make somebody leader of the party for beginning.
Yeah, but the one they really contest for election, or the one they really talk for the party structure in very different capacities, which is what every one of them are doing right now.
Which one of them?
Yeah, well, all the one we just see.
Me no want to hear any of them condemn Mother Bill.
Oh, they do.
Apart from I see the Macaulay once managed for do that.
No, they do now.
I see
they do now. They do now.
Richard Concha to go now. We had every day.
They do now. Again, like I said to you, immediately after 2023 election, nothing was happening. Agreed.
Okay.
2024, again, not much happened. 2025, yes.
Okay, so give me three of the way really controversially now they condemn and challenge, etc.
I can't call name, but I can tell you for sure. No, the reason I'm making the call name, I don't want to be biased. I am not naming any one of them right now. I don't want to be biased. But all I'm saying to you is, maybe off record, we will discuss that. But for the purpose of this program,
the same people that don't hear the talk, me don't hear them. I can tell you that.
Okay.
But me not see the talk get beef.
Well, again, your perception of beef is different from our perception of beef. You can't wait how me you talk so. None of them can talk like that.
Why?
Because of the same people that we don't talk about earlier one as the fourth estate, where they preserve what?
They if it's free for go jail.
They're preserving what? What are they preserving?
Now the same listen, that's the other issue I get with Samuel about. If it's free for go jail, not going to politics.
Sure, I agree.
All the people we get at this world, so all from this or that or they all go jail.
True.
From different countries.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily have to be ready to go to prison to become a fruitful politician.
In Africa, you have to.
Not necessarily.
You have to.
No, not necessarily.
Not that you have to. In the context of Sierra Leone and many other places.
Well, in the context of Sierra Leone right now, the way how the position of Sierra Leone politics
jail now, what a man they make her for.
Of course. But do you actually believe everybody should go to prison?
Well, most of them therefore end up in prison or
lawfully or unlawfully.
Most of them therefore end up in prison or graveyard.
Lawfully or unlawfully. I don't think everybody should
for change Sierra Leone, it might be unlawfully the way we go about it.
To change Sierra Leone has to be a drastic move. I totally agree with you. But at the end of the day,
super drastic.
Well, I don't perceive it to be an aggressive.
Let me tell you something. Another person will disappoint Sierra Leone is Yunkela.
I don't want to talk about.
I know. On a day like this,
I don't want to talk about that.
I know. On a day like this, that man would have been a king in Sierra Leone.
Again, like I said, the reason why I will refrain from talking about it now, it will skew our conversation to something else. But I 110% agree with you.
Jesus.
It's possibly, my opinion, he is possibly one of the most notable Sierra Leoneans that have deliberately, consciously criticized of his actions. As a person, as a politician, and as a technocrat or somebody who I think or I believe should have a lot of clue into what he is doing in his life.
I don't know how some of them people here when they sleep at night.
You see one thing that I believe you have, what I think many Sierra Leoneans don't have, conscious and self-integrity. Because again, integrity comes a long way. You might think people have integrity, but they can be compromised.
Imagine that man the way go parliament the first after the 2018 election where they talk. Then imagine, we don't talk about that. I will just end that there.
Again, honestly, that's why I don't want to. It will change the conversation. I don't want to actually start talking about him. But it's fact. So my question: what actually happens when civilians actually leave this part of the world, go to civilian, and their perception of life changes?
No, but don't forget, you've been there at Black in the Park.
Mm-hmm.
When I made the observation, which is a very true one, from an informed position, and also they amongst the Ghanaians, them na the UK, but I know a few. But I am very familiar with the Nigerian community right across the UK, and I will even say, I will brave and say within the Europe as well, not so much in America. Within the West African context of West Africans in the diaspora, not only Sierra Leoneans, they grab or the carrying land. If you manage, you go to university, or if you also make small money, then the next student I aid, now for join APC or SLPP, then for start with the diaspora and then the next thing, before you remember Jack no more, you will begin to say, where I reach fit, or where I be minister, or where I be ambassador. And then this post really talks to, no disrespect, out of 10, 8 go to work now one hospital as healthcare or as nurse, or go then at Tesco or Sainsbury, or and yet, no disrespect to the job that will be calling them, we more than they pay you, understand me? But yet, these same people, the grab say, I go be minister, I go be minister of health, I go be minister of education. So then at school they teach. So then they teach now one university. So then they feel say now you don't qualify for being minister of education. So when you meet Nigerians and Ghanaians now for do the business. Now for go bills for rent. Or now for run business because you as a Ghanaian, not to story, I've done the research. You as a Ghanaian or you as a Nigerian, when you left here, you say, want to go join the party, you want to be senator. They say, no, who born you?
True.
Ooh, you the craze?
No, it's true.
Because
your money not enough for Lucky Commerce for go on for any kind of seats na Nigeria or Ghana.
No.
Your money is not enough for that.
So what we have are hustlers who end up holding offices in Sierra Leone.
True.
The only post where we make a small difference, now be Pashaki when we can bring Abbas Bundu, Al Conte and others after
notable individuals.
People, yes.
Yeah.
Other than that, after that, most of them work with Pakabao, most of them, with the exception of James Jonah, most of them work with Anesco Romao, most of them work with Madana. They don't hold any solid, serious position. Yumkela, the reason why Yumkela not be the same thing even with Anesco Romao, we say they go on side like a business. Now make a for the top of Jagaban. You cannot run a country like a business. The Republic of Sierra Leone is not Sierra Leone Limited.
But that's what they've made it to be. They're turning it into a limited company.
Well, of course, but that is why they continue to fail. Excuse me. How you go say you go buy ferry Kangi the government?
I don't you know what talking about Jagaban. Let's not. No, I will find a time where we can talk about the ASPI and the really contest for flag bearers.
Does that make? I'll tell you something. Tomorrow, one or two will cost me
But again, that's the mentality. Because to me, when I have an opinion, I respect somebody else's opinion.
No.
You don't know what it is for somebody to have an opinion of how you think about something.
You don't want this, and the thing is, even the Jagaban where they go so, you don't want the end of them wealthy man in America where you go contest election in America. Say I take me 2 million, I go buy 2 bus for the state of New York or 3 bus for the state of
Jagaman funny will come for you. I don't know. But again, it's the perception. You mentioned, say, no disrespect to the career part of certain people. We don't highlight the type of job that you do because they are earning a decent living. That's totally different. But at the same time, what is the threshold of somebody to get involved in the politics of their country? Do we have an entry level, or you don't need any entry level? Because that's why now could they get but people that we hard up, broke, don't spend quick money, don't make £200,000-300,000 or dollars, thinking they can just go to Sierra Leone and contest.
But that's what it is. It's not fair.
What's the threshold? Because at the end of the day, I can get up and say I want to be the next president of Sierra Leone. Me said they go on for flag bearer.
You know much say I can even give me phone now. You know much say I don't get message and say but you could left for the Ishaf can't declare for APC.
Well, of course they will. They will say that. They will say that.
I don't Chris.
Thank you. In my capacity, 15, 16 years ago, I would say yes, close to 20 years ago. Imagine, just give me one second. Imagine 20 years ago, I was 20 years younger, 20 years inexperience, 20 years of not getting the same knowledge I get now, and they expect me to be a lecturer at the University of Sierra Leone, one of the most specific or one of the most primary institution of education in Sierra Leone. They expect me to be a lecturer.
Yeah. But the media college the School of Journalism from the college. The problem that in the
that's an insult. It's not an insult to me. It's an insult to the institution. Because that's the entry level. Somebody will just get, and I even know I'm completely first degrees of it. And they're expecting me to become a lecturer at the University of Sierra Leone.
Let me get this degree. Let me give people behind the cotton tree. Dominion. What's happening to that thing?
That's for ask Dr. Lai. Dr. In this line, I make Dominion stop for exist. But again, I have actually, not official, but I've covered events in the UK. When did they give people in professorial degrees? And where are they coming from? Churches.
Yes.
Biblical studies just for your humanitarian duties.
But
they're giving you a professorial degree.
But they don't go around telling you and I'm doctor and this.
They do.
No, but they don't use it.
They do.
Wait till they come. They use it for business and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not for begin to go to university back for say I want to teach
Well, if you have attained a degree of that level, your capacity is either.
You mean the non-academic?
Yep.
Non-academic.
Yep.
But are they accepted in the universities?
If they can approach me with not even a first completed degree yet, 20 years ago, what do you think they're going to do to somebody who gets a professorial degree that they call doctor? Without not even knowing his area of his area of professionality. It's scary.
I tried teaching 2024 and all last 6 months.
If you sit down, okay, I don't teach, but I've worked with people who were doing mass comm at the FBC 20 years ago, and I struggle to understand what they have been taught.
Teaching is not an easy thing.
I struggle to understand what they have been taught, and I'm thinking, what even do they learn?
Yeah.
So what I offer them, send them down to the office for practicals. Because you know what they haven't been taught in class, I'll be able to teach them.
Okay.
With practicals. Because I know it's not just going to be practicals anyway. I'll go through some other basic, but I will not want to be officially paid.
Okay, I think I was like, I ended up with 1 or 2 SOAS and others. I ended up like guiding students.
Yeah.
But teaching is not easy.
It's not.
I fell sick.
It's not. The amount of time you spend as a teacher is even more than the children in the classroom. Because you have to prepare notes, you have to write reports, you have to monitor what they do, you have to mark papers.
One day I reach home, it
is a lot of work.
Me ate like a fire.
It's a lot of work. I mean, Milton Magai Teachers College does not exist anymore. Okay, let's wrap up.
The major thing, as I say, what I will say about that is that I took some note about it. Of course, you know the electoral commissioner runs and supervises local election, recent election tensions, and but basically, it's a very serious criminal act the government.
Are they going to be charged after governance, or are they going to be charged currently?
Pretending what I said here is that pretending to be a public official, exercising the powers you do not have, is a criminal offense. What this man is committing is a criminal offense, and he's being.
So will he be charged for it one day?
No.
Will the mayor sitting right now as the deputy, or as the mayor sitting in position for now as what's in position?
Now, very good question. You make I like this short. This mayor. So tell me if they're not catch us, so we go charge her. Yes, it's a criminal offense.
Okay.
It's a criminal offense.
Let's go through it. No, let's go through it because you spend time to do it. Let's just go through it.
Now, the law is crystal clear. The 1991 Constitution outlines executive authorities, but nowhere does it create an acting mayor. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The Local Government Act 2022 explicitly does not recognize that position. Councillors can only choose someone to chair a meeting, not to take over the mayor's powers.
Okay.
There's nothing like that. You understand? The people's
and that's the Local Government Act.
Basically, the mayor's office, the position is not negotiable. That she was elected, or he was elected as a mayor, and that can only change through an election.
Okay.
Even the deputy mayor not get the mandate. The official deputy mayor not get the kind mandate where the mayor gets for exercise the office of.
So how is he going to be able to operate in that capacity?
Oh, this guy will not make sure.
Yeah.
But come on, Chamba. Now it's a PP government, power. They don't get free. They will do all what you want to do.
Okay.
Now they never reach 20 for vote for them. They did. So if they don't reach, apparently there should be 20 or more to conduct a meeting, not even to appoint. But they don't make a mayor. The man don't dress all the dress like if you are Babu. Hey, I say Babu, you give Babu lipstick. It's still not Babu.
I think you get lipstick like Babu.
Babu, you understand me? What we are seeing here is a deliberate attempt to hijack the people's mandate, which they have done. You understand me? And the law is very clear. Anyone pretending otherwise, and you see, we don't talk. People are not get shame. They don't get shame. The man will run quick for go dress, wear the cap. You know, Miller.
Yeah.
No, Miller, bad.
No, but would you blame him? Even though he's taking the position.
I bet you don't sit on there. You don't watch where Yvonne Akisha wear that gown there. You don't see him. You don't imagine. She just a lot of mercy. I wonder how it look like while I wear that thing there. Miller, bad, greedy thief. So as the opportunity can no more, it don't go. They don't make it on. It don't make it on. It don't go with yourself now. Then the missus don't worry. They go where I can't sit down there. The people here.
Why did they choose somebody from? Why did they choose somebody from the north?
Where?
This person is from the north.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think there's a specific reason for that?
The SLPP.
I know.
So it no matter.
But are you saying that like SLPP will come out of Southeast, we go to another position?
Winston Ojukutuba College Junior. Anybody will serve on the SLPP, will work on the SLPP directly to Madabi, an enemy of Sierra Leone. Period.
That's a strong statement.
No, I'm starting.
But would you compare that statement with what the first lady been saying? Anybody who knows?
Well, yes. No, yes.
Are you saying?
Anybody who knows SLPP not to Sierra Leone? No. Me say to you, anybody will serve under Madabio from 2018 to this date to the terror left. Not a true Sierra Leonean, not a patriotic Sierra Leonean, because they contribute to the destruction of the country.
Well, somebody has to do it, either by default or by.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So at the end of the day, they will be held accountable. What you talk, so you're right. When Johnny Paul appoint Joe Amara Bangali of blessed memory for act as Minister of Finance during the AFRC with itself.
Was it the AFRC? Not AFRC.
No, AFRC.
Oh yeah, AFRC, Johnny Paul. Yeah.
So me That's initially they don't born the Ministry of Finance and whatnot. Me and Christo Johnson go meet Uncle Joe. We say to Uncle Joe, why make you take this job as Minister of Finance? Now Drama Bangali. It's late now. Now we're a good friend. We should up. Now you see that Leon building, Usai Development Bank be there. Now up that Shaka Stephen Street. Now didn't form the ministry. Now didn't create the Minister of Finance under because they been born this and that. When now Uncle Joe said to me, he says, "Susan, he said, I tell you now, Pakabari come back. When Pakaba come back, that Minister of Finance will Pakabari appoint this chair, this table na Erika Sido. And to God, when Pakaba come back, when make James Jonah Minister of Finance, the office there James Jonah will begin. Tell them done the one with them done born. So yes, I understand what you're saying. But the fact remains that then people then this is hard for talk to my.
No, it is difficult because it's hard running back as well. Because when you look at the way how things they go, it is definitely not one anybody wants to be part of Insai. I totally agree with you. But if you are there, some
people are not journalists. They were once friends because me I not consider them friends again. Serious. These are people where they go Kenema before the 2018 election, including that wretched fellow Julius Spencer. Make come up with a resolution say anybody way that the people politics or this or that is not a journalist or shouldn't practice journalism. Yes, they did. Not Kenema.
So what would you say about the ones that are actually now propagating the?
They all been there. The Mama the Gomez of this world, they all go na Kenema, then go make a resolution. Then before you say Jack, when they come mother be okay, then they first begin take political appointments. The hypocrisy and what is that for our people?
But do you think that is what is killing Sierra Leone the most?
Hypocrisy and shameless. Yes. Imagine. I'm gonna make one good.
We'll leave it for another day. What would be your message to the people watching? I know we've spent about almost 2.5 to 3 hours on this.
I don't think a lot of people. Well, I don't say a lot. Funny enough, I will say this: for every 5 person I have met in the last 3 years where I talked to about the answer to Sierra Leone, 4 don't agree. See, APC and SLPP for go.
I disagree. Me that the 5 why they agree.
5. But me they tell you say
I have the reason why make me disagree.
I know you reason. A lot of people are tired with APC and SLPP.
Yes, I totally understand. I understand their frustration.
And this moment they go talk say make the SLPP keep the southeast.
No, that's
what you not understand is that at the core of the issue, the APC membership, it never reached 100,000. No.
Yeah, of course, I know.
The SLPP membership, likewise, never reached that. You understand me?
Yeah.
So what you will get in Sierra Leone, if one of them come on a tweet today, you see this massive crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Say, when are they get numbers?
It's not the numbers on registration. We all know that day.
Now the same people who go where the red way dance.
Yeah, the way the.
Now the same one they go where the green dance.
Yeah.
You understand me? Yeah. The only difference is that this past election 2023, me told the guy, I'm not saying I swear they show me show there.
How they talk? What they doing? Yeah, it is where. Where guys you say?
No, me swear they catch myself. You understand? The only difference is that 2023 election, people were determined to see the back.
Yeah.
Of the SLPP.
I was there. I saw it physically. I saw all the crucibles that could have happened that didn't happen. I saw all the opportunities that Samura Kama had that he didn't take.
Not just Samura, APC.
Well, I always put the responsibility. When you talk about APC right now, you say Anes Kumar has a great role to play in the party. As in, you're talking about bringing people back on board. Therefore, go back and talk to Samoa, go back and talk to Sam Sumana, and then maybe thinking of bringing back an Escoma on the table because he plays a great role. Again, during the Escoma government, in 2 terms, everything that he does is his responsibility. Again, people are still blaming him for some of the things that are happening right now. Why?
Me na one.
Exactly. So you put a box at him.
Okay, fair enough.
So basically, what I am saying, I am not.
Someone not show the courage.
Well, it's not just about courage.
For take the party.
It's not just about courage. I think he had a lot of opportunities.
No, yes, he had a lot of opportunities, but not take the courage for use that.
You don't need courage to do that.
What do you need?
You need the rally. You need the mindset of people that will tell you, let's go this way, and then you follow suit because
gets there.
You get them, but you deny. Okay. The parliaments where they talk about so right now where APC don't worked out of.
Are you saying may not be the free talk? Are you saying that there were people there where been really push somewhere?
On records, yes.
And he was.
I said it to you before, long time ago on our conversations. The opportunities that Samura Kamal had for change the trajectory of what we're in so right now happened more than 4 times in Sierra Leone.
Wow.
Again, I was present in some areas of concern in the UK where there were great opportunities on the table that could have changed.
No, I know of those.
Thank you. So basically, you tell me, between you and I, what we know behind closed doors of some of the things that could have changed the situation of Sierra Leone right now, and those opportunities were not taken. Who will you blame? Who would you think would be responsible? Who would you held accountable for making that decision, whether good or bad?
And then you still get people who go and talk about, see, next month or this month they can.
You know, down in the how they see them, it's 2 things. 2. I'm not saying self, because I don't think it's for their own self gain, because they know for sure they're not going to benefit anything from the information that they're passing on, because that information is not going to be fruitful today, next year, not even next fall.
No.
It's 2 things. When you have a mindset, like you say earlier on, now 2 people really changing the world: God and
fools.
I leave it to that. Because when the book is black, it's black. When it's white, it's white. But when you call a black book white, it means you're either a fool or you don't know what you're talking about.
For a certain period of time, I strongly and passionately believe that there was going to be a transition.
Till when? Since when till when? No, I'm like, since when till when you changed that mindset?
Then when I came back from America, mid-March 2024, and then I see waiting to go on, then I talk to certain people, including on 2 occasions in Samoa. And then the one who did around there mostly, I said to myself, it has never happened. Jame, ECOWAS jumped in.
Immediately. They did not take a week or 2 or 3 or 4. Immediately.
Then people say, well, ECOWAS military for 7 force, this and that. Na Nescoma stopper, na this stopper. I say no.
You knew why ECOWAS came to Sierra Leone?
I know.
We knew the reason why they came.
But when you want change, sometimes you But then I said to myself, no, this is not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
It took you that long?
Well, yes, because I want to change in Sierra Leone.
Okay, I will not fault you, because again, you were not in Sierra Leone during the 2023 elections. And
that was why we even go to the electoral justice stage.
Most of what you heard was like a second or third.
Yeah.
And when I actually took part at the electoral justice conference that they had online, I was looking forward for something. You know what I was looking forward for? What is going to be Samuel's message?
Oh, that's one. They're full of you. Very full of.
You know what? Because again, these are some of the long waiting process of information shared publicly from Samora that could have changed. Like you clearly say, if you put Samora in any flag there right now, you will win. I disagree, but I will not doubt that for one or two reasons. He still have
massive political capital.
No. He still have the sympathetic vote.
Not just sympathetic.
No. I will not say that anymore. What I will say to you categorically is the fact that he still commands that empathy from Sierra Leoneans. Not APCians, from Sierra Leoneans. Yeah. But that empathy died out slowly. You know why? By not hearing from him.
I was just
a voiceless leader.
I was just going to say, maybe I'll correct myself by saying that maybe, well, not maybe, I think it's a reluctance to come out and talk. Don't make people vex by now.
Yeah.
People are angry with
you. They are.
People are angry.
Yeah. There are many people. And again, you can't fault them.
Somebody I know, we know him. We're very close to him as well. We're not doing the political side, but it's very close to him. We talk, just like I see where I call this my name, Yukela. We talk with other issues there. Then I say, well, last year you from your man. Now I say, but left him, but the man is a bloody coward. That took me.
Why?
Well, you see, we are not in his shoes.
Why?
Well, hopefully one day he will tell me.
You can never you will not know the reason why. But I will not support that statement, but I can corroborate that statement. Not support it, but I can corroborate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, for me to say that, I know the reason why. Again, I will say I will be able to corroborate that statement.
Yeah. Because you witness.
So many occasions.
Yes.
I don't know whether it's cowardness. I don't know whether he's scared.
Well, this is the person.
I don't know what it is.
So the person just think that he's a coward. And
like I said, I will not agree, but I will corroborate it to some extent. At which I will say to myself,
it's unfortunate.
Maybe yes.
It's unfortunate.
But if it was you,
me,
in that position,
Jesus,
no questions.
Fellow,
even though I'm saying no question, because I know what will be the end point.
Let me tell you, if even it was the likes of Patsu or Richard Conte,
sure,
or who else I go pinpoint back, because not to the whole game mind.
No, okay.
Not to the whole game.
I agree.
Or like Palo.
I agree.
You understand me?
Nah.
You know, Malabi will not be in office.
I will take Palo out of it. I'll tell you why. So many other reasons, but I don't think
you don't know Palo.
Again, like I said, in corroborating some of the things that I saw in Sierra Leone.
Was Palo in Freetown during the election?
You what I say? Corroborating some of the stuff that I saw in Sierra Leone.
Okay.
I have witnessed 4 critical elections in Sierra Leone, and I have been involved actively on the front line.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
I know what I'm saying. Yeah. We've been caught in the middle of gunfire, not once, twice, in crucial elections in Sierra Leone. So I know what I'm saying. Yeah. The names that you called, kudos. I'll give you a talk.
Oh yes, I know.
But the others, I will refrain and say, okay, maybe not. I will refrain and say maybe not.
Because you see, the is anyway.
Sierra Leone is a very simple and critical country to deal with. I talked to somebody today, say, if you not get 3 or 4 elements of a person, you will not be able to work with even Sierra Leoneans within our community.
Yeah.
If you not get integrity, if you not get a mindset of somebody who has some element of empathy, if you not get any amount of tolerance in you not get people's skills in communication, you will not work with Sierra Leoneans.
No.
They are the most difficult people to deal with.
I would not say the most difficult.
Yes.
I think more of ignorance, really.
Not ignorance, difficult. Because ignorance to the law is no excuse, because we know what the law is. That's one. 2, Sierra Leoneans are just Sierra Leoneans in the way they make things difficult for you when it is not supposed to be difficult.
Let me tell you before I wrap up. I know where you're coming from. Let me tell you, they get this APC diaspora meeting at Zoom last week, where that Gavin John do with the candidate for the diaspora position.
Okay, I didn't watch that.
Yes, right. So Gavin John was doing fine. And they ask questions them, then they answer. People on the phone in and they call and they ask questions. You understand? Then suddenly, and it don't mean they make any bias. It simply say 2 man, 2 woman. You understand me? Wait for after they don't ask all the questions. They say I go make 2 man and 2 woman ask questions
from online.
Online, right? You understand me? So first come the kind of basis. So the people unfortunately for David John will be the first cab they call. Now people are way you know. You understand me? So when they call like I go sit down, oh now you could ask question. You know? And they watch it and they sit up and they enjoy. I say the people they talk fine. Out of the blues. Now once I don't put Oma come on. You the bias. Now the people are know they choose. Hey, you the bias. Then before David Gavin John the address that issue they now they all come out. This one I don't give somebody the question there.
That is totally different from what you have.
This was towards the end of a beautiful program. You understand me? Now, what happened? When they draft the original questions, right, for answer, which was the first mistake, because you and me no see, you know the draft question.
No.
Where you go for go interview, then you can't do that.
No.
Like how you don't draft no question for me.
No.
We should know here we discuss. You ask me, I answer you.
Yeah.
But you see, even David John said the other thing is that some of these guys, social media don't make all man feel saying a journalist.
That's a problem. That's a very serious problem. You have to deal with that.
All man feel say that Sabi ask question because you can put mic you talk, you feel say Sabi.
Yep.
So the first blunder they make was apparently one of the people who work with David come on the air now. They can't explain see when I mean draft the first now and I said, oh my god, that was the first mistake. When they draft the first line of questions they mean discuss them with people and this and that. Now I say that.
But either ask their opinion whether these are appropriate questions or not. But let's be honest, who wants to be a politician that does not know anything about their parties?
So it come back to what you talk say when people are difficult to
difficult.
So in the first place, they're not being supposed for them. They say they know one big phone and say, Mr. Ojukutu Makoli, Kelzo. The other possible couldn't underestimate within the APC is Kele Conte.
I know he's a journalist, and I think he's been doing a lot of work within the
Kele Conte is a highly trained professional journalist who worked at the Ministry of Information to the level of information officer for a whole ministry. You understand me? They don't consult him. Or like Yusuf, we don't go through the problems. They say, Mr. Tambabla, no, that's about how you come out. You understand me? So in the first place,
no, we are not journalists. That is what they say. But again, at the end of the day, it's not about credentials. It's not about, like I said, I know you. Not today, not yesterday. I've known you for decades.
They don't be journalists. You don't born some of the age.
Thank you. So if I ask for consultation, I get them to pick up the phone. What's happening? So happen. When we usually talk off the records, we talk.
So basically,
you can say, you talk about school, but guess what? What do you think about this?
Correct.
Opinion.
Even today when you come over,
we did have.
So the policy, we didn't do that. So now what's happening in the end? One my good friend where was no longer my friend. I'll call it the not care what. No, I call it Delwy. Understand me?
I don't think you call him that.
No, me not be seen. Delwy apparently. Apparently Delwy and then people that they put this paper then questions here together, and then for some reason somehow, he go discuss her with one of the candidates there. You understand me? And then this candidate self no understand politics, discuss her with somebody else, say, oh, you know, I be see the question anymore. Then let's make I bring this up now. Because if Sierra Leoneans listen for understand, Gavin John say, when the issue come up, Gavin John say, when they give me them questions there, yeah, I tell them, say, I did take them, but I did go revise them and me go come with my own questions here.
So basically, it's not necessarily going to use those questions.
So not to the question except for they give the policy for 9 that Gavin John carried. But they don't want to know.
I see.
As far as they are concerned, I have one of the question they get.
Well, was the conversation skewed to something different or the same?
They end up with Gavin don't resign from APC.
Okay.
Oh wait, I don't know. They say he don't resign. I don't know what he resign for. Let's go there far. Anyway, thank you very much. No, it's not possible. I be like, you understand me?
You don't like again?
But the way we go about the defend APC, very foolish and reckless.
But at the time, we said we go and defend somewhere, come on.
Yes, but like I said, me a change.
Of course.
I recognize it.
You know, so.
The only fools have got not the change. You understand me? So
I don't mean so.
Thank you very much. Anyway.
Alright, so what will be your message? I know definitely I will find a time to get you here.
My message, apart from my own personal position and view, my message for what's happening now on the ground in the context of the APC SLPP, right? Because I believe in the APC SLPP for the group.
Yeah, he gave you one of the two for now.
Well,
until we have a better third force.
You know,
until you form your own political party.
I don't form political party.
We're not talking about third party.
What we are doing is not a political party.
Any movement, now movement can get back from
no, Astagfirullah, not a movement. Our Macmillan say one day in politics is a long time.
Yeah, of course.
So
it makes a huge change.
So the chances are one day within now, let's say 2-3 days from now, things can change. Salone can change.
Yeah.
Likewise, one day within now and 2027, next year, for select the flag bearer. If the time go up to that day, they will come to their senses. They will come with a united front, and then they go able for challenge the SLPP. But they have to bear in mind that there has not been one authoritarian government we don't they empower in the last 70 to 80 years. We don't they empower, we see them, they lost election.
Okay.
So whoever they want choose, if they still exist in 2028, both APC and SLPP, make APC choose somebody, we're not afraid. That's my message.
I agree. And I totally respect that, because I think that is the way forward for anything when it comes to politics. You don't need somebody who fears the tension in the country, because the country get for big tension. Yeah. Tension get for the.
Yeah.
And there is no protocol about that.
Somebody when they go say they go sit down at church for talk whoever the flag bearer for SLPP. Somebody when they go sit down for rely on the international community for say law will negotiate. All of those things that mess up 2023.
I agree.
Who saw that the American ambassador that big thing where they go see people go talk about?
No, I agree.
You know,
it was a wrong time for negotiation, especially if not they support the people's mandates.
No, the
people's mandate is very important.
There was no need for APC for Sidom and get tripartite. Tripartite was a non-starter.
Yeah, we did say that. If you realize, say the media did not engage in any tripartite company.
No, I know.
Possibly have refrained from any program for almost a year.
No, it's
because you didn't want to get involved in the discourse. It was not really necessary. Really.
That's why I appreciate you when you came to my rescue when we do the.
Did I come to your rescue?
Anyway, thank you very much. Yeah, what's the time? I was sleeping. Jesus Christ, 12 o'clock.
Actually, I did not come to the rescue. I did it because you are my in-law.
Yes. But you warned me about it anyway.
But I did tell you.
Yes, we learn from experiences, you know. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us, and I believe definitely I'll get back.
By the way, where is my friend Juma?
He's in America.
He's in America?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be the running mate for change.
Are you tired of fighting with him?
I thought he was going to be the running mate for change.
That's another discussion for another day.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure, Mr. Ojikutu.
No worries.
Definitely we'll see you. Thank you very much for watching. I know you've had a very long time watching us tonight. We haven't been on the air for that long. And today I have my in-law. The only man they call me Tamba on a regular basis. They call me Tamba, which I think I like. But it's a pleasure to have you today for the first time in the studio. And we definitely hope to see you again and again and again and again.
Absolutely.
So if you're watching, thank you very much for watching. And don't forget to join us tomorrow with the guest APC PRO, where they can talk about the issues surrounded by APC in the diaspora. That's a different discussion. I'm not getting involved in that discussion.
No, I'm not, I don't even want to. I don't even want to. I'll watch anyway.
But yeah, like I said, thank you very much for joining us, and we hope to see you again tomorrow for another edition of The Lamp, which we always bring to you because we want to learn and make progress. So thank you for watching and have a great weekend. But we'll see you tomorrow for another edition of Sierra J Media Live on YouTube and Facebook. To all our fans online, with your messages, I'll not be able to read them, all of them, but thank you for your messages. No. We don't really tolerate that on our platform. Our platform is safe. No personal abuse. We don't accept it. Definitely for no. You can make your comments, make your suggestion, and talk about your opinion, and that's just about it. So again, once more, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you again tomorrow for another edition. Until next time, from myself and my surprise guest, Ujukutu Macaulay, my in-law, and all they refer to, not to just because he's using also, we refer every day off record.
Yeah.
Thank you, and see you tomorrow. Bye.
Right.